Triller! Welcome to the Norm Hyperbolic Podcast. We're here to talk anime, video games, and movies. I am your host, X, also known as Young Morgan Freeman. With me, as always, is my co-host, Lewis.
Yo, what up? Unfortunately, on this episode, I don't have no fancy nickname like my boy, Young Morgan Freeman over here.
You gotta do it, man. Each episode, you said something on, your anime head.
As an anime
brother
head.
From another mother.
Yeah.
Who are you today, man?
Man, who am I today? Damn,
What's your
man.
rap name? We're doing
I'm trying to think something right off the dome, but nothing's coming through, man. You're making me nervous. You're putting me on the spot, man. It'll Next episode, I'll come up with something new, all right? Next episode, I got you guys.
All right, bet.
But go ahead, Young Morgan Freeman. What's up? What's good with you, bro?
Episode 6.
Episode 6, bro. I'm excited, man. Bro.
Once we do enough episodes, I think we'll stop numbering them and naming them. But
no, but it's still like it's an accomplishment. I feel like every episode is an accomplishment.
No, for sure it is.
It's like a stride. It's like a step forward to another beginning or something new. You feel me? So it's exciting, bro. Episode 6.
For sure.
6 is
unlucky number.
Yeah, you're right. Episode 7 is gonna be luckier.
Yeah. That'll be our lucky episode. Lewis will have a rap name. We'll be hitting our stride.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So what's good, bro? What are we talking about today? Let the people know.
Today we are combining 2 of my passions.
All right.
We are going to be talking about hip hop and anime. The beautiful blend that is hip hop and anime. So it just kind of like fell that way. We first wanted to talk about like just Samurai Champloo and Afro and just like a few animes because we wanted to like get a rhythm going, like a cadence.
Yeah.
We do a topic and then an anime, a topic and then anime, but there's just so many hip hop animes that this is just going to be the hip hop anime episode. So I've been looking forward to this like all week.
No, man, I'm excited too. I'm excited for this episode. Yeah. I think it's going to be pretty dope. There's a lot of questions that I have. Hopefully we'll be able to answer them or, dive in or get some type of understanding of like how hip hop and anime go together and why they blend so well.
It's a beautiful blend, bro.
Yeah, but before we do that, before we get to the meat and potatoes, of course, we're always going to talk about the news.
Yes.
So lay it on me, bro.
So I haven't got us a soundbite yet for this. I'm working on it though. But this is going to be last week's news today. So last week's news today.
Yeah.
In the realm of anime. So Adult Swim's Toonami announced that they're going to be airing a very special episode of One Piece. It's an episode that came out, quite a while ago. First originally airing April 2013, but it's a crossover episode of 3 distinct animes. It's this anime Toriko, One Piece, and Dragon Ball. So March 4th, by the time the episode comes out, you'll have enough time to prep and get your TiVos ready or whatever.
People still use TiVos?
No, I don't think so. just in case the episode is available online for sure on like Google, not Google, but yes, Google, but just on the internet. But I guess, a big thing, first time airing this crossover episode.
What is Toriko?
Toriko, it's a lesser known anime. I'm not too familiar with it. Everyone pretty much knows One Piece and Dragon Ball, but it's not. He looks kind of like a JoJo.
Oh,
character.
Yeah. Like I think they've done this before.
Yeah, no, it's an old episode.
Okay, because I'm like I've seen him like with Goku and stuff like that. Like I think so it's kind of like a JoJo Bizarre Adventure kind of vibe to it. Is that what you're trying to say?
Just the way he looks, like
he does look like
Fist of the North Star. He kind of looks like that.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, he does. Huh. I've seen this before, and the way he's dressed too, it kind of looks like Goku with the whole orange jumpsuit.
Right. Yeah.
So yeah, but I know there was a crossover with Luffy and
So it came out in April 2013.
Uh-huh.
It's a 2-parter. So it's the 99th episode of his anime. Is part 1, Toriko, and then it's the 590th episode of One Piece. So broken up in 2 parts. Part 1 is called Run Strongest Team, Toriko, Luffy, and Goku. And then part 2 is called The Mightiest Collaboration in History versus the Gluttonous of the Seas. So I do want people to check it out. I did watch the episode. It is super funny. It's, it's kind of like what you expect from even just, One Piece and Goku. The story's it's centered around food and fighting. So what more can you ask for?
That's true.
So this will be airing on Toonami March 4th. So just get ready for that. Before like this announcement, I didn't know about it. And I had even put it out there in one like the anime groups that we're part of. Is why don't they have more crossovers? Yeah, because they have Jump Force and J Stars for the video games, but besides this, maybe I should have done a little bit of research. But they don't have many crossover
the reason
episodes.
They don't do crossovers is because you know how the anime community is so into like who's the strongest,
right?
Like, would One Punch Man be able to beat Goku? Would Goku be able to beat Luffy? Would Luffy be able to beat, I don't know.
Yeah, but for these things, you don't have to like declare anything. You could even end it in a tie. I just want to see a nice fight. I want to see a Gum Pistol versus a Kamehameha.
That's true, but then it's always gonna be a debate. It's always gonna be like, oh, Goku should have won that, or
yeah, but that's what you want. You want a lively debate. You want more engagement.
But it's always been like that, and then people say like, just leave the characters in their own world, and they're as strong as they are in their own world, and it is like there was like a huge conversation about like how strong is Saitama from One Punch Man, like how Like, is there a limit? And it seems to be pointing out that he doesn't have a limit. He's like there is no roof to his power. He can be as strong as he wants to be. And it's also there was a talk about saying like every character, Bleach, Naruto, Luffy, they're not as strong starting off, but they can get strong depending on what they need at that moment, depending on the strength they need to achieve at that moment in order to be whoever they're trying to be. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but that's those stories.
But that's how it is. It's like a progression, right?
Right.
But with Saitama, it's different. He doesn't have a limiter. He doesn't have to be as strong as he needs to be in order to be the enemy that he is presented in front of him. He already knows one punch and that's it.
Right.
So, you know what I mean? To him, it's more like he's bored with his life. So he's just kind of like waiting for that opportunity when he has to actually put work. But even, I don't know if people have been reading the mangas, because I know the anime itself is like way behind. Mm-hmm. But with the manga, like he is fighting God and, God himself. And he's almost becoming, like basically right there with God. So then God is like, how the fuck are you this strong? Like
100 push-ups a day, bro.
You know what I mean? No, it's not that. Like, it's like he doesn't have a limiter. That's the problem. Like, he doesn't have it. Right. Like, he's just as strong as he needs to be, and that's it. You know what I mean? While other characters like Goku and Naruto, they have to like train to get there, and they have to beat they're basically they have to like push through the ceiling and break it. But there's always another ceiling that they have to break. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, Saitama doesn't have any ceilings. He just does whatever the fuck he wants and calls it a day. I mean, the only
That's what I like about his character. His character is like I remember we were talking about it in one of the episodes. Like, he is a goofball character. It is a kind of like, not gimmicky, but it is a, One Punch Man.
Yeah. I mean, the title itself is well explained. Like, he's supposed to be able to beat any enemy with one punch.
Right.
Which at first you would think like, well, that's kind of boring.
Right.
Like, who wants to see an overpowered character that can literally wipe out anybody in front of them with one punch and then call it a day? That's
the beauty of the anime, though.
But it is. No. Somehow they managed to make it like really good. It's really funny. You like Saitama. Like, you like his personality of like, he is bored. And he does have like this kind of like
blank expression.
Yeah, all the time. Because he's just like, okay. Like,
no, and the animation for that show is like really good.
Oh,
like, with him being like a rudimentary character, like oven mitts on.
Well, let me hold on to that.
Gloves.
I know season 1 animation was good.
Oh, okay.
Season 2 was a whole debate because they changed teams.
Right.
They changed the house that was making it.
Right.
So the house that I forgot I think it was Mad Dog. I can't remember the name of the house that did season 2, but you can definitely see the difference.
Yeah.
And people were not liking season 2 because of the way the animation looked. But I still watched it.
I hope Demon Slayer never changes up animation.
I hope not,
because it's a good thing that they have going for them is their animation
studio. Yeah, they're hard at work. And while we're talking about animation studios, I don't know if people have always heard, but like, they get like really bad rep for they're like overworked,
right,
and stuff like that. So I want to appreciate them for being able to like supply us with all this anime. So I appreciate you guys the hard work. I know you guys are, because this is not something that is just like they do it like in a day and it's like super simple. Like, no, this shit is complex. The drawings, the computer work that goes in it, and they're like, working on it diligently to get that content on for us. You know what I mean? So we appreciate that. And I know that, just making one season is like hours and hours and hours and sweat and just a lot of legwork that is put in just to make that episode.
Yeah.
So.
No, for sure. Definitely.
Just bringing awareness out there.
Yeah. So definitely check out this episode on Toonami, March 4th. It's a crossover episode. I'm assuming that it's going to be dubbed, but, they might just, because they have the sub already, so they might just do it sub. But,
yeah.
I'm looking forward to it. In the realm of video games.
Video game time. Go ahead, bro.
Video game news is always the hardest to pull, man. But basically...
Why would you say that?
Just because... So there's a bunch of video games that always come out. So I don't want to do any like reviews or, hey, this game is... Cause
I mean, we could.
We could not. So
maybe we could choose like one game and then just review it. Yeah.
Okay. So that we would have to plan, ahead of time.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, because in the end of the day, we are trying to jump into like the gaming territory of like YouTube. So
I know, that's why I'm trying not to neglect it, with the news. But and again, I don't want to just do any random video game. I want to do something not necessarily in regards to anime, but something that we can talk about.
Yeah.
Kind of like go into. So what I pulled for us here for video games is Diablo 4. They announced that their open beta is coming soon. So if you pre-order the game, you get early access to it March 17th through the 19th. And then the open beta for everybody is going to be from March 24th to the 26th. So then the reason I bring it up is because this is a game that I'm going to be playing. So if we start streaming it or whatever, you guys will see me do it on the stream.
Oh, you playing this?
I do want to play it, yeah.
On the PC, right?
On the PC. Yeah.
Is it only PC?
No, I think they have it for PS5 and Xbox, but it is going to be cross-platform too. So if you get it on Xbox, I get it on PS5, we'll be able to play.
Oh, okay.
But
I'm gonna have to check it out, man.
It's a dungeon crawler kind of game.
I'm down for that.
I don't think I'm going to be doing the early access. I'll do the beta for sure, but it's just one of those games that me and my friends have been playing. We're playing Diablo 3, but we will definitely be hopping on this Diablo 4. I'm trying to convince them to play it, but definitely
they're not convinced.
They're hesitant because I guess the launch for Diablo 3 was kind of trash.
It's a deep dive though. Like I think it's a big commitment.
I mean
it is if you think about it, because like you said, like I feel like this is one of those games that you kind of have to like play every day. You know what I mean? Behind. Yeah, so you don't fall. Like we were talking about this, right? Like it has to be like a consistency. So like like you said, like it's more fun if you play with your friends versus if you're being a solo. But I mean, to get everybody on board and be like, hey, every Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays from this time to this time, we're all logged into Diablo.
The reason that they don't want or they're hesitant or whatever is because Diablo 3, like when it launched, it had a lot of bugs and a lot of glitches and everybody's trying to play the game at the same time. Oh,
servers and all that is kind of slow, yeah.
Yeah, so they kind of want to wait a little bit before we get it.
I got you.
Just to see. But besides that, they still play Diablo 3, so it's also hard for them to convince them to put all this money into a new game that might not be as good as like the old game. So it is coming out. So if you do like those kind of games, it'll be here for early if you pre-order it. But if you want to just wait a week, like legit, just a week, it'll be available for free for the open beta. So, and then kind of like just going through the news right now, which is good. So we can get to the meat and potatoes. But in the realm of movies.
Movie news.
Demon Slayer Season 3.
Whoop, whoop.
They'll be dropping its first episode early, but only in theaters.
Oh, man.
So on March 3rd, it's going to be set to release in a theater near you. You can check out it on the Demon Slayer website, Fandango, or pretty much anywhere that you go to book movies. So they are having a showing at the local movie theater where we stay. Online, definitely on the Demon Slayer website, it says it's going to be like a one-day only event.
Uh-huh.
But, at least on our theater, they're going to be playing like all week. But I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to watch it day one. It's like 2 hours long. They're going to do 2 episodes from season 2 and then 1 hour long first episode for the new season 3.
No, I'm excited, bro.
Like I said, in our theater, they're doing it from March 3rd to March 9th with mad showings, like I think 3 or 4 showings a day. And
it's Demon Slayer.
Yeah. Season 2, episode 10 and episode 11. And then it's just going to be a 1 hour long premiere.
Gotta control your breathing, bro.
Yes.
Water style. Yeah, Demon Slayer, bro. I'm excited, man.
So if you aren't able to, to watch it at your theater or whatever, Demon Slayer also has a spin-off show that's currently streaming on Crunchyroll. It's a 7-part short series. It just has like the cast, like kind of like in high school, like a junior high school kind of thing.
Oh, it's kind of like those kind of gag memes.
Yeah, I mean, it looks fun, and it's true to the show. They bring in elements of the show. It's kind of like, I don't know if you've seen like Rock Lee, like the Chibi Naruto.
Yeah,
spin-off.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, that's the vibes of. That's exactly the vibes that I was thinking about. I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, no, it looks funny. Like,
being honest, I don't think I'm gonna watch it
because Demon Slayer has some humor in it.
Oh yeah,
with like Zenitsu and what's the other one? The boar guy.
Pretty boy.
I
can't remember his name, but yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Draw a blank. But yeah, those 2 characters are definitely in it. And Tanjiro and his sister. But if you aren't able to get it to your theaters to see it, it is going to be releasing in April. So, you can just wait a month.
So you guys have 2 options. Either wait till April and watch it on your comfort of your own house. Right. Or you can petition to your local movie theaters and be like, why did you not drop this, bro?
Yeah, they should. The way it was making it seem like, yes, it's going to be like in every theater, kind of like Mugen Train. Yeah. It's not like a special once in a lifetime, because usually it'll only release to this one theater that does that. But they got it at like,
multiple theaters.
So.
But still, if they don't have it in your local movie theaters, petition. Be like, you guys need to start dropping some anime here. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Or if you want to watch it for free, because, it like if you don't want to pay for it, because it's only 1 episode.
But it's an hour long. And what better way to watch it in a big ass movie theater with some popcorn, and you're surrounded by a bunch of people that are also into Demon Slayer. Right. Some of them might be cosplaying while they're in there. Yeah. Take pictures with them. Support the cause.
Yeah, I'll be repping some of our, soon to be merch.
Oh, that'd be dope. Right? Yeah, bro. All right. Yeah, pass out cards, man. Pass out cards. Let them know.
We're gonna be putting it on the Facebook too. So whenever we are gonna go, if you guys want to go with us,
if you see anybody cosplay, take pictures with them and we'll post it on Instagram, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
But
yeah, so that's in the realm of movies. So kind of flying through this. So I remember last time, and this is like for the podcast and for the video version. Last episode, we prefaced it at the top of the episode that this is going to be a short episode.
It was.
We were, kind of like trying to get away from hour and a half plus long videos.
The thought was more of like, we presumed that we didn't really have much to say about the subject, and also the fact that we were in agreement. Right. So there was not going to be much debate or going back and forth kind of situation. Yeah. But maybe because we were both in disagreeing, we were both just passionate about how suckage these movies are, and how they can't get it right, and how we did what we thought might make a live adaptation movie successful. So we just went on from there. So yeah, the podcast was like 2 hours long. Yeah. That's just the podcast. The YouTube video is probably going to be even longer than that, because I try to cut up as much as I could on the podcast. So I was able to shred maybe tops like 15 to 20, maybe, I don't want to say that much, maybe 10 to 15 minutes off the podcast. But the YouTube video is more kind of raw and stuff like that. So the YouTube video might be longer. Yeah. So just heads up. But it was our best
episode.
I think so too. Like, we were more in the zone. We were vibing back and forth, more dialogue, more. Okay, so like I was saying, we didn't think there was going to be much to talk about, but I guess our passionate towards the hate that we have
the disdain
for it like literally made it into a longest episode. But yeah, it was definitely our best one. Just the back and forth and the communication and the vibes, and just like everything was on point. Right. So
no, I agree.
So if you haven't listened to it, you're missing out, man. I don't know what else to say, but you're missing out.
Yeah. So after you listen to this episode, get on to episode 5.
Yeah. And then follow us because, you know, a podcast just sounds crispier right when it lands on your platform.
Right. Like it's like fresh fruit.
It's like fresh pizza, bro.
From the grocery store.
You know, pizza tastes so good right when it comes right off the oven, man, or right off the fireplace, wherever they're cooking it at.
Right.
You know, pizza don't taste good when you reheat it.
Well, I mean, some podcast episodes do. So if you're listening to this one, last week's pizza podcast, definitely, you know, reheat that joint.
Oh, reheat it, bro. Reheat it twice, 3 times. I don't give a fuck. Burn that shit to a crisp. Just listen to it. But
speaking of,
but it sounds better when you listen to it right when it hits. Right. So same thing with their YouTube videos. It just sounds better, looks better when you watch it right when it hits, and you'll be the first to watch it. So you know,
right.
Put a comment down there. Be like first to watch it.
I know, and I forgot to say it up top, but you know, definitely leave us a like, comment, and subscribe.
Yeah,
it definitely helps out.
Always
get the video out there.
Always help us, help you, help us.
Talk anime.
Yeah.
But let's do it, man.
Let's go for it.
Hip hop anime.
Hip hop to the hippity hop, and the beat don't stop. Hey. Yep.
So a beautiful blend of 2 distinct cultures, anime and hip hop. A beautiful combination like peanut butter and chocolate. What do you think?
Peanut butter and chocolate. I thought you were going to say peanut butter and jelly, but peanut butter and chocolate. Which one's peanut butter?
Well, I mean, I think anime would be the peanut butter. And then
so hip hop is chocolate?
Hip hop could be the chocolate. I mean, hip hop could be kind of peanut butter too. You know,
look, man.
It's so fluid. You go back and forth. Where does one start and the other end? You know what I mean?
That's true. Peanut, it's it. Yep, I guess so. I would have definitely been like peanut. Not peanut butter. Maybe peanut butter and Nutella.
Peanut butter and Nutella.
Maybe more like what is it? No, fuck it, bro. Just peanut butter and chocolate.
Peanut butter and chocolate.
Just leave it as that.
Beautiful combination, bro.
All right. So the beautiful combination right there. Sorry, bro. I messed up the flow. Keep going, bro. Keep going. Peanut butter and chocolate.
So anime has been influencing hip hop and vice versa since the 90s. So I'm just gonna get into a little bit of history about one, then the other, and then then we'll be getting into the actual animes that have or that bleed or ooze hip hop.
Okay.
So the movie Akira dropped in 1998.
Akira,
yeah.
Oh yeah.
One of the best movies.
Move your head, bro.
One of the best anime movies.
Yep, there you go.
Of all time.
Akira. Yep.
Akira. And it has hip hop, all throughout it. Not necessarily in raps or in samples, but definitely like the vibe gives off a little bit of hip hop. So it's about youth. It's about rebellion against like a corrupt system. There isn't any actual raps, but there is a lot of like sounds that still get sampled through hip hop now.
Yeah.
Michael Jackson used some clips of Akira in one of his music videos with Janet Jackson. Logic has sampled the drums from like the bike scene in the movie. The doof, 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 when they're like, riding, fighting the other gangs. Kanye West did a straight homage to the scene where Tetsuo he's in the hospital, he's getting out, he's discovering his powers in that music video Stronger. Have you seen it?
Yeah.
So there's that's kind of like I don't want to say the start, but it just being like an early anime movie and a lot of, people growing up around that time, definitely influenced their music. One of my favorite rappers, Lupe Fiasco, has unofficially named one of his albums, one of also my favorite albums of his, after the main character, Tetsuo, in his, I think it's like his 5th studio album, Tetsuo and Youth. So Akira, and then for the video version, we have it in the podcast studio. I love Akira. Akira is it's like a masterpiece to me.
No, but like that you mentioned that it's not just like anime adopting hip hop.
Right.
It's also hip hop adapting anime, because you do hear like a lot of references to Dragon Ball, especially in your favorite rappers such as Lil Uzi. I feel like it's becoming more known through this new generation of rappers. Like
younger rappers now.
Like Juice WRLD, I think he mentions a little bit about anime, or sometimes even their album cover is kind of like anime related. I've seen a couple of that like flow around. So
yeah.
So
a lot of rappers want to be a Super Saiyan,
That's true. It's just like I don't think there's nothing wrong with anime either. It's like when you watch a dope anime, it's dope, and it is what it is. And then like to like anime influence you in the sense of like maybe the way you rap, your lyrics, or maybe the way you dress? Because some anime characters, they dress pretty dope. And I feel like some people grab that fashion as like inspiration to their day-to-day wardrobe. You know what I mean? Or outfit.
Well, how we were talking about like, anime just blends with hip hop. I think like a lot of the clothes that like samurais or even like, shoguns wear is kind of like the early 90s hip hop, like big baggy clothes and big baggy shirt and, not parachute pants, but, just like the same type of style.
Can't touch us.
Right. So, you touched on it, Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z. So, even our podcast is named after the hyperbolic time chamber.
Yeah.
So it's no secret that rappers love Dragon Ball. There's a crazy amount of references in rap songs referencing like Super Saiyans, Frieza, my neck's so cold, just like Frieza, pink like Majin Buu. I think even like Frank Ocean has a song talking about Majin Buu. So Rap Genius, which I think now is just called Genius, they have a video kind of like going over like some notable references from Dragon Ball in a lot of rap lyrics. So you should definitely check it out. I might even, we might link it below in the video version.
So like on the links. So look through the links for any links we put through there.
Yeah, but that just Dragon Ball. So just going off of Akira, just going off of Dragon Ball, rap and hip hop and anime kind of like blend and they influence each other. So.
Oh, they do. Hard.
Yeah. So before we get into actual hip hop that's in anime, do you, Lewis, question to you, do you have any examples of like artists who reference anime in their work? You said you had mentioned Uzi Vert, and did you say Triple Extension?
Who the fuck is Triple? You mean XXXTentacion?
Right.
Triple Extension?
Yeah, that's what
Is that what you call him?
That's what I call him, right?
Yeah, that's the first time I heard that shit. Who the fuck is Triple Extension, bro? I think XXXTentacion I feel like a bunch of rappers mention a
lot of new ones.
Anime, but I know the new ones kind of been like a little bit digging anime.
Right.
And like I said, like even old rappers have mentioned anime. It's just not, like I said, like maybe back then it's just not as cool as it is now. Like more openly about it, you know what I mean? And I feel like you're right. Like I think every rapper has seen anime. It maybe not like Attack on Titan kind of shit, but at least the basics like Dragon Ball for sure. Yeah. Dragon Ball is always mentioned in some type of lyric. Yeah. Yeah. And then you mentioned about Akira. So like that's another thing in there too. So I mean, there's not like, I can't think of like any specific rapper that just raps about anime. But like, even if I used to have a playlist of like, there was one rapper that rapped about Bakugo from My Hero Academia. Yeah, he did like a whole song about him. Really? Yeah. Oh, wow, yeah, I gotta look up the rapper's name. I can't remember it. I might just throw his name like right here. Right here. Yeah, right there. We'll throw the name right there. For the people on the podcast, it's gonna be on the YouTube. I just can't remember the name. So, but he did like a whole rap about that. So I thought it was pretty cool. And then the beat was fire.
He's a new rapper, probably.
I don't think he's new. This song is pretty old though. It's been like maybe two years ago that I had this playlist. Maybe a year ago or two or 1 year ago. But it's dope. And like, if you really look for like anime rappers or like just people rapping, because it's not just American, it's also like people in the UK. They love rapping about like Dragon Ball Z and all that shit. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. What's that? The music that they sing over there, it's called drill.
Drill music?
Drill music. Yeah. Like their type of rap is drill, I think. Okay. I've heard them mention like anime, and I think that's just a thing. If you know, which is, which I think everybody should know by now, at least Dragon Ball. Yeah. Well,
I mean, so there is like other genres of music that influences rap influences anime. Like Fooly Cooly is more of like rock and pop. And
yeah.
I don't know of too many like country animes. But
I don't think so.
Just because I don't know, it doesn't mean it doesn't exist. So definitely, in the comments, or just let us know if there is like a country anime. Because
they use like country music.
Yeah,
like old folks. Well, I mean, when I think country too, it could be like a Japan old folks kind of country music. I'm not saying like American country music, but yeah, but there is like rock, there is hip hop, K-pop. I've seen a bunch of K-pop and
Yeah, but that's pop.
listen, pop. You know, and sometimes they dabble a little bit into hip hop.
Right.
So.
Yeah. Some of the K-pop rappers, or like even like there's some straight up Asian rappers.
Rapping. Yeah.
Right. But we're mostly talking about
Hip hop.
American hip hop.
American hip hop.
That's influenced anime and vice versa.
But I mean, hip hop is hip hop. So
Hip hop is hip hop. Yeah, for sure.
But still, the fact that, I mean, I wouldn't. What's the word? Like, I wouldn't be surprised if there was like Japan or Korean hip hop mixed into anime, because that kind of goes, you know, that's their own country. It kind of goes hand in hand.
Right. Yeah.
You know, but like the fact that they add American hip hop into it, it's a different story.
Yeah. But yeah, no, beautiful blend. So some animes that we want to talk about. The first one I have here is Afro Samurai.
So let's talk about Afro Samurai. First of all, it is an anime, but we had talked about this because you had said that it is made by a studio here in America, right?
Yeah, but so the manga was written by, you know, I think a Japanese person, but Afro Samurai, I'm pretty sure it is an anime. I think like Samurai Jack and Teen Titans and Avatar: The Last Airbender, those are like, you know, quote unquote cartoons. But I think Afro Samurai is pretty much still an anime.
Okay, because I mean, it is designed like an anime. I mean,
yeah, even like the Boondocks, I think, is an anime.
Yes, the Boondocks is actually considered an anime too. I've when I was Googling or researching about this, I saw that the Boondocks was actually one of the animes, which I thought was weird because I'm like, is it Boondocks really an anime? Like, it's still cartoon, but when you think about the way that they're drawn, it's not cartoonish.
No, it is very much like an anime.
Yeah. But anyways, Afro Samurai for sure. Like, just the beats alone and the rap
all over it.
It just had, you know, you got Samuel J. Jackson doing the voiceover. Yeah. It's for sure.
So the creator is a big fan of hip hop and rock music. Definitely artistically, Afro Samurai has a lot of hip hop all over it. You know, it doesn't stop at his big ass afro. It is like a lot of the characters. I think, you know, there's like the brothers, like Brother 3 is like always having headphones on, and you know, there's like dice games. And,
oh yeah,
you know, there's like
you got the little dice in there, man. Ooh, come at me, bro. You want me to take your money?
They took it a step further in the actual anime by infusing actual hip hop tracks. They have RZA from the Wu-Tang Clan that produced like practically all of the
soundtrack,
songs.
right?
Yeah, for both
almost
the main and the movie.
The Restoration, right? Afro Samurai Restoration.
Right. Yeah. And Wu-Tang kind of like they didn't talk too
Wu-Tang is actually big in anime too.
They're big into just Japanese culture, like in general. You know, kung fu movies and things like that.
Who's the Bruce Lee?
Bruce Lee, yeah.
Bruce Lee is like very inspired in hip hop too. The whole karate thing.
Yeah.
Like Wu-Tang is very big in karate and like
just Japanese culture.
Yeah.
All of it. So it doesn't stop there for Afro Samurai. Afro Samurai is one of my favorites. I think it is kind of like not let down by its short run, but you know, it's only 5 episodes.
But I think Afro Samurai is one of those animes that they had a beginning and they had an end.
Yeah, but
because
it was so short, like not even 10 episodes.
I know, but it's just a beginning and an end. And I mean, it's like I when I finished watching it, it wasn't like I was left wanting more, if that makes sense. I was actually pleased with the end. Like, I was pleased with the whole thing. Like, I felt like it's easy to watch. It was digestible. It was fun. I loved the vibes. I loved the soundtrack that they were using for, like, you know, when he was just walking through, or the fight scenes, or, you know, whatever it was. Like, I think one of my favorite fight scenes from there was actually when he goes inside the town, and I think they're doing like a little music festival.
Yeah, that's in the movie.
Yeah. Oh, that was the movie?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was like my favorite part. And then there was just like fighting, and then the DJ was playing the songs, and we were trying to go with the vibe of the fight kind of thing. So I thought it was pretty dope.
I have that soundtrack on vinyl. I mean, it's not just hip hop either. Like when when the show starts, it's Afro's dad versus Justice.
Yeah.
So when they play the song for Justice, it's kind of like rock, and it's kind of like not heavy metal, but it's kind of like, you know, hardcore.
Because that's the way Justice is kind of like like a cowboy.
Right, he's got the cowboy hat, gunslinger. Yeah. And then his dad is jazz. So it's where jazz meets rock, and then that's where, you know,
hip hop kind of drums and then the jazz, the trumpets and all that kind of vibes go with it. Yeah, but that makes sense actually. I kind of like that.
Yeah, man, I wish they would bring it back. I know Samuel L. Jackson would definitely do it again.
You know that?
He definitely would, man. He'll.
Yeah. I mean, you are young man Freeman, so I'm assuming you guys go hand in hand. So if you think he'll hop in it, man.
I mean, he's a big time nerd. You know, how many freaking Avengers movies is he gonna do and continues to do? You know, he's in more movies than Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man.
I mean, but he does play like a small role. It's not like
what in Afro
he's the main character. No, in the Marvel. I'm talking about like in the Marvel.
Right. I mean, he kind of put that team together in the movies.
Well, that's true.
But
if they brought it back, I wouldn't be mad. The only way I see them bringing it back is if they move. What was Afro Samurai's main name? Was it just Afro Samurai?
Just Afro, yeah. His first name was Afro.
Yeah. Okay. So having Afro, if they brought it back, I would just see Afro being kind of like second character.
To who?
To that kid that he gave the number 2 headband.
Oh, the bald kid?
Yeah, because it's like it's a circle.
Right.
You know what I mean? His father got killed in front by number 1 or by number 2 taking the number 1. And he got to see that in person. So the whole revenge came from there. So then him killing I don't think it was his father, but it was like his father figure.
Right.
You know what I mean? That kid's father figure. Again, him being number 2 or him being number 1. And then Afro having number 2, killing him, becoming number 1, and then giving him number 2.
I guess
that's the whole circle.
Yeah.
So I can see like him and then Afro being like, you know, chilling right now because nobody can touch him unless you got the number 2. So he's kind of be chilling. And then, of course, the little kid is going to grow up to hate him.
Right.
And want revenge.
They kind of set that up in the movie, too. Like, here, you know, come see me when you're...
Yeah, exactly. That's what he said. Like, come see me when you're ready.
Right.
So, and it was the same thing that Justice said to him. Come see me when you're ready. And Justice was literally sitting in a throne.
Right.
Waiting. You know what I mean? For many years, just waiting for the next number 2 to basically take him on. I would presume, though, having number 1 headband would be boring as fuck, though. Think about it.
The number 1, everybody trying to fight you. Or no, I guess
but that's the thing. Not everybody's trying to fight you. Only the person who has number 2 can fight you.
They don't say either in the show like what it actually gives you. Like it says, you know, that it'll give you the powers of God or whatever, makes you a god. But he doesn't really like. But I think bulk up.
No, they don't bulk up. I think it's the idea of being a god. Because everybody has to be. They have to follow that law. Like everybody has to be in the same page of like. It's kind of like a religion in a way. Like number 1, you can't touch him unless you abide by these rules. Right. Now, it never explains like what happens if you go fight number 1 without having the number 2 headband. You know what I mean? Do you break some type of like universal law and just like
you die instantly or something?
Exactly. So they don't really go into full details, but like it seems that everybody follows the laws though. Everybody's like number 2 goes with number 1. You have number 1. Nobody can touch you unless you have number 2. Right. That's it. So that's what I'm saying. Like I would feel like having number 1 would be boring because you kind of like reach the top now. So now you're just chilling. And that's what Justice did the whole time.
Yeah.
He didn't do much after that. After he killed his Afro's dad, he was just chilling, waiting for somebody to challenge him.
Yeah.
And that took forever because again, being number 2, you're basically that's up for grabs. That's anybody can come get that.
Yeah, pretty much.
Anybody can come get that smoke. You know what I mean?
One of my favorite rappers, Andre 3000, he actually says, I think in an interview, that he'd rather be number 2 than number 1 because number 1 is boring because then you have nowhere to go. But he'd rather be number 2 and everyone knows he should be number 1. And that's his kind of like, competitive nature. So I do see what you're saying. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. No, number 1
it's more fun being number 2 than it is.
It is. But you're most likely to die because your life is basically your endorphins and your adrenaline is literally skyrocket your whole fucking life while you have number 2 because anybody, I'm talking about anybody. It could be the masseuse. It could be your waiter.
The mailman.
It could be the mailman. It could be the person that's fucking mowing your lawn. It could be your dog, bro. You just don't know. It's like you're on edge. So you're constantly have to be on your shit as a number 2. And so, yes, like that is the fun part. And then, of course, you just don't stay number 2 because then you being number 2, your goal is to find number 1.
Yeah.
And that's what sucks, too, because it's like a hide and go seek because number 1 can go hide. it's your job as number 2 to find him.
Yeah, very true.
You know what I mean? Because there's also no like say that number 1 has to look for number 2.
That's what I'm saying. That's an element of the show that I thought maybe that's why it was like it's better to have not that many episodes because then you have all these questions.
Yeah, there you go.
Like it is supposed to be like a poetry of and symbols of just number 1, number 2, revenge and all that.
Yeah, and then the circle of basically revenge and death, and it all comes back full circle. And that's at the end of the movie. That's really what happened. It all came back full circle. But I mean, yeah. So
that's Afro. So Afro Samurai, having Wu-Tang. RZA in it definitely has hip hop.
Yep.
So the next one, Samurai Champloo. Now this one is one of my all-time favorite animes. What do you have to say about Champloo, bro? Before I get into it, because I'm gonna just pull my heart out.
Pour your heart out. All right. So with Champloo, the reason this one is actually really good, like I feel like Afro Samurai. Because they're both samurais, like they're both sword style kind of thing. But Afro Samurai was more like American based in the sense 90s, of like hip-hop. It had like American hip hop. But Champloo was more Japan hip hop. They did have I can't remember too much. Like I said, if I could, I would rewatch it. I know it was on Netflix for a point. I don't think it's no longer on Netflix.
It's on Hulu.
It's on Hulu. If you haven't watched that episode about what we talk about, what anime, watch it. You know what I mean? Which
it's on Crunchyroll too. You think?
I think it should be on Crunchyroll. It should be, but yeah, like I said, Champloo was more based off Japan's hip hop. So, but I love Champloo. I'm trying to recollect my memories on it. I wish I refreshed a little bit on it on this one. But I'm gonna let you talk about it because you seem like you have more information. So go for it, bro.
So Champloo is like I don't want to say the best iteration of like hip hop blending in with anime, but as much as I love Afro Samurai, I think the best hip hop anime fusion is Samurai Champloo. It's done so well and done with so much respect. Also, musically, it's produced by another hip hop legend, Nujabes. I've heard like Nujabes. I think it's Nujabes, right?
Nujabes, I think so.
So Nujabes, whatever. So artistically, sonically, and even story wise, there's hip hop all over it. So there aren't many like actually black and brown characters in the story, but you don't necessarily need black people to pay homage to hip hop,
or
hip hop
dark-skinned character.
Yeah, like the darker skinned character there is like Mugen, and he's Asian, but he comes from like these like Ryoku Islands or whatever. And there's no actual. I think we talked about it earlier. There's no actual rap. There's like one episode where they have some people who are like freestyling, but there's no actual rap.
It's more beats.
It's more beats, and there's some graffiti,
jazz. And then the way Mugen fights, it's like a breakdancing kind of B-boy style. Yeah, b-boy kind of style.
Freestyle, just whatever you can think, like being like real improvised. I will say there's a case to be made, and I don't, I am on the other side of this. Like I don't believe this, but where Samurai Champloo is like appropriating hip hop, but with Wu-Tang, no one ever accused Wu-Tang of appropriating Japanese culture. So I don't think that's even like a
thing.
I just brought it up, but like, that's something you don't even need to like consider because it is very respectful to hip hop.
Well, hip hop in the sense of Japan, that's what I'm trying to say. Like, it's not when people think hip hop, people just think American hip hop, but there is other countries.
It started in New York.
Yeah, it started there. But I'm just saying, like, everybody has their own variation of hip hop, and every country has their own variation of hip hop. Just like we have variation of pop, they have their what was it called? K-pop.
K-pop. Well, pop just means popular music. It means like there's bubblegum pop, and then there's like Taylor Swift pop, and.
But it's all different varieties. I mean, it's in the end of the day, it's still music. Like I'm not gonna be like, oh, because he's from Korea, or he's from Japan, or he's from China.
Right.
He's a worse rapper, or he's worse lyrically,
or he
because
can't do rap.
Oh, he can't do rap,
right?
Because that's just an American thing, and that's only not just an American thing. That's only African American.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like we do have white rappers, so why can we not have Korean rappers or Japanese rappers or Chinese rappers?
Yeah, no, talking about what's good and
you know what I mean?
Champloo is good. And
yeah.
Nujabes is good. Like you said, Mugen's fighting style is more of like b-boy freestyle breakdancing.
Mm-hmm.
His attitude towards authority and rebelling against the system that's not really designed with him in mind screams hip hop.
Yeah.
You find out more about all of that during his backstory episode where, they go into like why he is so ruthless and, it's almost like in the same vein as like Cowboy Bebop where they just have these characters together and then through the story, that's where you find out the backstory. He has like a very can't trust these hoes ain't loyal attitude. That permeates in, that's where hip hop has been like, the target of like misogyny and like homophobia. So not saying that that's a good thing, but definitely you see it in Mugen. So, and then
can't trust these hoes.
if you see, I beg you to rewatch it, right?
I need to rewatch it. It's been a while, bro. And I love that. I love that show. I love it. And I love the intro. Yeah. Yeah. The intro is, what is it? Battle Cry? Yeah. Battle Cry. That's so fire. I love the intro, man. I love that show. I can't, man. It's one of my favorites, actually. So top 5.
The other character, Jin, he also gives off like a Captain Save-A-Ho attitude. There's an episode where he falls in love with a prostitute who's about to kill herself. And he like...
I remember that episode now that you reminded me.
He tries to buy her and like set her free and stuff like that. It's like...
So, no, it's so funny that you mentioned that because now you got Mugen.
Right.
Basically, don't trust the hoes.
Right.
Then you got what was his name again?
Jin.
Or Jean. Save a hoe. And then the female, the third wheel, the third triangle.
Oh yeah.
What's her name?
Fu.
Fu. She is the gold digger.
She's not a gold.
Nah, she was a gold digger, bro.
Gold digger.
But she was only with them because they gave her that opportunity, or
because she set them free. She, they were set to die or whatever. She. Rescue them. So then she owed them. But she was a gold digger. She did it mostly, if I remember right, it was all about money for her. Well, because they were broke all the time. They didn't have any jobs. Like this is part of.
I know, but like that. She did anything she could when it came to money and food.
Right, and food. I mean, you too. What do you mean?
But she, right, if you think about it, like Mugen didn't give a fuck.
Right.
This other nigga just need to save hoes.
He wanted, yeah, right.
I don't understand that thought process though. Like, I need to save this prostitute. Like,
because he's driven by honor. He's driven by honor and respect.
So what's I get it, but it's just that process. Like, if you're a prostitute, then that's the life choice you chose.
No, she was only doing that because her husband.
So what was gambling. He? But what was he gonna be able to do for her if that nigga broke too?
I know.
The only way to save
it's hard, bro. It's hard.
Because I mean, like the only way to save a hoe or a stripper technically is through money, bro.
She's not a stripper. She's a prostitute.
Or whatever this is. Stripper, hoe, prostitute is through money.
Right.
That's the only way to save. You could be the most loyal guy in the world, but there's a reason why they're doing what they're doing. It's because of money.
But she didn't want to.
But you just said she owed, or they owed, or her family owed, or whatever the situation was.
Yeah, she was paying off her husband's debt. This is like this is way back in the day.
But it's money.
Right.
So if my boy,
that's why she was gonna kill herself. She didn't care about the money. She just wanted to be gone or rid of this.
It's just, I don't know, man. It's just like Afro Samurai. You know how that girl that saved him is supposed to be like kind of like help him heal.
Right.
And she was ended up being an assassin.
Right. I remember.
But my boy was giving her the D straight pipe. You know what I'm talking about? No, none.
Right.
Just
there's some R&B too in Afro Samurai.
You know what I'm talking about? And she was about to get him. But my boy laid down the D, he laid down the pipe, you know what I mean?
She's like, I'll kill him tomorrow. I'll kill him in the morning.
She had to overthink it. She said, maybe not tonight. Not tonight.
Well, there's also an element of, Samurai Champloo where, she's looking for the samurai who smells of sunflowers, which gives off like a very, my dad abandoned me kind of thing, which is also an element of hip hop. With a lot of hip hop rappers, at least in the early days.
First of all, I think that's a huge element to any anime.
I know, we talked about it in the Full Metal episode. I don't know what it is.
Something about dads leaving their kids is also a thing in Japan.
Yeah,
but I don't think maybe I don't know. I might be misspeaking here or like.
Yeah.
But maybe that is a thing in Japan. Maybe dad's going out to get. I don't know.
Japanese cigarettes?
Japanese cigarettes over there is the thing of like not coming back. But I don't know, and anime for some reason that's just a really huge thing.
I don't know. It makes for good character growth and development.
Oh damn, man. It's just funny though, but it's funny. But yeah, keep going on, bro.
But so Champloo is just great. Champloo is like, one of my favorite animes of all time, and it is just like the epitome of a beautiful blend of hip hop and anime.
Yeah.
Throw away any talks or thoughts of like appropriation, and I think you have a beautiful, beautiful anime, and it's short. It's like 20 something episodes.
One season,
digestible, has a beginning, middle, and end. And
done.
One and done.
One and done. That's it.
I really could talk about Champloo all day, but
if they would have made a season 2, or if they decided to like make a spin-off of it, you think it would hit?
No.
And that's why I
don't want to be a hater. I don't want to be, Mr. Contrarian or whatever,
because that's what I'm saying, man. When there's those animes that have beginning, middle, end, that's it. Like you adding more to it, it's just like those movies. I feel like
Taken 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah, like not just Taken, just like I'm trying to think like Jumanji. Okay, like they did Jumanji. Mm-hmm. It was cool and everything, but then they had to do a spinoff with The Rock and Kevin Hart. Not to say that it wasn't a good movie. I thought it was funny because I think the duel between Kevin Hart and The Rock is actually pretty good. Like the humor is funny, but like, was it needed?
We needed Jumanji, bro.
Did we needed another like a spin up or a remake of Jumanji? I don't think so. I didn't feel like we needed it. I at no point I was like, damn, I hope they bring back Jumanji. Shit, I haven't. Like, nah, that never crossed my mind.
Right, but that's a big story that does not that it doesn't have to do with the first one, but they take elements of the first one. Okay, so to your question, if they do Champloo again, are they going to bring back Mugen, Jin, and Fu, or what's the point? Are they going to just do another hip hop samurai anime?
At this point, if you're gonna do another hip hop samurai anime, you might as just do something unique, new, that has nothing to do with Champloo. Champloo stands on his own and has always just stand on his own. It doesn't need a remake. It doesn't need, a season 2, or it just doesn't need it. It's done and over with, and everybody loves it because it's done and over with. Yep. And then if you love it that much, you just rewatch it. Right. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's done. That's it. So like that's what I'm trying to say. Like some shit, it's just done. Leave it alone. You don't have to retouch it.
Let it rest.
Let it rest. Stop, you know what I mean? Exactly.
Yeah. No, but Champloo's great. I definitely recommend it. I recommend it over everything, man. So
what's the next one?
The next one we have is Devilman Crybaby.
Devilman. So this one, if I remember right, it wasn't like all hip hop.
No.
But there were some characters that did. Again, like there was characters that love hip hop, but again, it was like Korean, Japan, or China kind of hip hop vibes.
Well, no, so because they have the season. It's on Netflix. Devilman Crybaby. It's a Netflix original. They have it subbed and dubbed. Obviously, dubbed is the original language, so when they do rap in it, they are rapping in Japanese. But if you watch it in English, they rap in English.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of scenes of actual rappers freestyling throughout the series, sometimes actually summarizing what's going on in the story. Like, yo, you heard there's a devil man. He's killing devils. There's a rap that this guy does in one of the episodes to one of his shorties. And originally I watched the series subbed on Netflix. Uh-huh. So then when I saw that episode, I was like, hold on, let me see if this, because when you read it, it kind of does rhyme too when you're reading it. So I rewatched the episode again, dubbed, and that shit fucking is fire.
Yeah?
Yes, man. It's fire in English and in Japanese. Because, like I said, they rap in Japanese throughout the thing. And you can kind of like hear like the flow and the rhythm. Da-da-ba-doo, da-da-ba-da-ba-da-boo.
Yeah, I know, bro. I know.
But you can hear the rhythm.
You try, bro. I feel you. No, I get you.
We're gonna edit that out, man.
Yeah, no, bro. When you get that, that shit, it goes together, bro. I feel you, bro. Right. The tempo was right.
I don't know the cadence. The
cadence was right, bro.
I got a rap name, but I'm not a rapper. So stop rapping at me, bro. But that's something that I've always wondered with like songs and raps in Japanese, if it rhymes in Japanese and when they translate it, how does it still rhyme? So
it's a hit or miss, I think.
So I did, quote unquote research or whatever. I started with like I said, with Devilman, it does rhyme both subbed and dubbed. But have you ever noticed, like with Team Rocket in Pokemon, how when Team Rocket comes, it's prepare for trouble, make it double.
Oh yeah. They try to rhyme with it a little bit.
Right. No, that whole thing is a rhyme.
Yeah.
To unite all people within our nation. Oh man, I'm drawing a blank on the thing. To the stars and.
You got me. I haven't watched strip Pokemon in the longest, bro. But no. I think our audience, I think the norm, they get it.
They get it. So I checked it out in Japanese. So the essence of the song is still the same, but it does rhyme in Japanese also as it does
English.
In English. They just don't. So they don't open it up. Prepare for trouble, make it double. They open up something else.
I got you.
They still talk about truth and love to the stars above. His name, her name. Prepare to fight type of deal. So, that's just something that I've always kind of was like curious about is like songs in English, also in Japanese, or the way it translates. Does it rhyme in both languages?
I think they try though. Like I think
they do. They freak it a little bit.
Yeah, because it has to at least sound appealing. Because if they're just gonna basically translate it word by word, sometimes it just doesn't translate right.
Or even think of like Bad Bunny, because his songs rhyme in Spanish. But if you translate it, do you think it would still like kind of like rhyme or hit?
It could, but it's not also just the words; it's the sayings, the phrases.
Right.
Some phrases just don't translate right in English.
Right. So
the same thing with Japan. Some of their phrases just doesn't translate right into English.
Yeah. So they have to just like throw it away and go do something else.
Yeah. So they switch it up.
Yeah. So Devilman Crybaby is a good one. That's pretty much like the extent of like the hip hop influence in that. The main character doesn't really like do a hip hop or
no, not the main. It was just a side character. It was like that, just that group.
Yeah, no, but it's done so well. It's done so nice that I think that's why I put it on this list.
I mean, there was an episode that it was kind of like dedicated towards that group. I think it was that episode where he was like outside the apartments and he was rapping, and then the girl kind of like crossed his way. That episode was kind of like a little bit hip hop based. But like the whole anime itself is not.
Right. No, and they rap throughout it.
Yeah.
Like I said, talking about it. But the next one I have, so I wanted to pepper in some bad examples of hip hop in anime because it's not automatic. You definitely have to have an appreciation for one and then the other. There's this anime that I was doing research on. I even posted it on the Facebook group about like this anime that I completely went under my radar. It's called Tokyo Tribe.
Heard of it when I was doing my research. I think I've seen it. I've never seen the episode, so I'm gonna leave this one all to you, bro.
So it's called Tokyo Tribe, or in Japan they call it Tokyo Tribe 2. It's not a sequel or nothing like that. They just call it like that. I don't know why. I didn't hear about it until this week, and then somebody, like I said, I posted on the YouTube on the Facebook group, and then somebody commented. Apocalyptic Head said that there's a lot of sex and a lot of violence.
So sex and violence automatically means hip hop?
No. So if you see it,
okay,
it's definitely hip hop. Like the creators definitely love hip hop. But that's what I'm saying. Like sex and violence, that's not hip hop. Like sure, sex and violence is everywhere.
Sex and violence can be anything.
Right.
Hip hop, rap, country, pop.
Right. So
you know what I mean.
So I think that's the extent. But the first episode I did check it out. The main character is like playing Grand Theft Auto Vice City, like legit. He's playing Grand Theft Auto Vice City, and he's talking on the phone with a friend of his, talking about how he just got fired and what is he gonna do or whatever. His room has a lot of hip hop in it, and there's a lot of direct references to hip hop. Mm-hmm. He pulls up like a CDs for some song or whatever, and it's like a legit. Because you know how sometimes in shows they'll do like a not a spinoff, but like a fake Lil Wayne or a fake Chance the Rapper. Yeah. Or like their version of like Miley Cyrus or, whoever's hot. This is like, no, legit. Like this is like for real a hip hop album cover that they have in there. I wasn't really captured by it. It looks like hip hop, but I don't know. The opening scene also has like a thing with that's similar to Akira, where the main guy is driving and then like he's getting accosted by these two members of like a rival gang on bikes that are like trying to fuck up his car. And it has like in Akira they have like when the cars dip in and out, or the motorcycles, they have like the light sheen that kind of like goes off. So there's kind of that in it. So you can tell that whoever created this Tokyo Tribe likes hip hop, but I saw the full first episode in its entirety, and I didn't really like it. So this was a good example to me of hip hop and anime that doesn't really blend so well. And maybe it's good. Maybe people like it. If you like it, let me know. Let us know. I do want to know about it. But this one missed the mark for me.
So you saw like how many episodes did you see?
Just the first episode.
Just the first, but it didn't grab your attention.
No.
All right.
I don't say not at all, but not in the slightest.
Yeah, I mean, not all animes for everybody. You know, there's certain animes that do grab certain criteria of people. Yeah. So you know, just because X doesn't like it or Young Money Morgan Freeman over here doesn't like it,
right?
Doesn't mean that there's not a group of people that do like it. So, but there's one that actually catches my eye on this list. And it's the next one on the list, Megalobox.
Megalobox, go ahead.
Yo, so when I saw this one, I thought it was dope as hell. Like, I loved the animation. I loved the music, the soundtrack, the whole vibe. Like, he has a motorcycle. He just, the whole boxing scene, which boxing is, it's more of I want to say boxing is an international sport for sure.
Boxing is a competitive sport. Which I think also like hip hop is. Yes.
But like when you think boxing, you can also think like Mike Tyson, Muhammad Ali. Who else is Mayweather.
These are hip hop people though, I think.
Exactly, right? So that's when you think boxing, sometimes, I think like that.
Footwork.
They're playing some shit like Creed.
Right.
You know what I mean? Right. Yeah, I think hip hop. You know what I mean? But you also got boxing for Latinos, so I also think Spanish music.
Oh, for sure.
But you know what I mean? But this one's more based like it got a little hip hop vibe, it got a little swagger to it. I'm talking about my boy walks with a little lean when he walks, you know what I mean? He got the 1, 2, 3 step, you know what I mean?
He's a junk dog,
It was dope. Like I loved it. Like the whole vibe was crazy. I think I even told you about it. I was like, yo, you need to hop on this one.
Yeah, you put me onto Megalobox.
It was like the moment I saw even the artwork for it, I was like, bro, this shit.
Yeah, because he has like graffiti all over his like gear.
Yeah.
Yeah, the main character I really like. So I think this main character looks a lot like me. So.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah, you did mention that. He looks just. So I'm gonna pull it. Oh man, pull it up. I'm gonna pull it up right here
on the YouTube. So he has like scratches on his face. He has like the curly hair. It's kind of throwing. He kind of looks like dirty. And, this is not an endorsement of myself either. But,
my boy, as dirty as he gets, bro.
So I don't know. Only for a year, but I'm getting back into boxing myself because I used to box growing up. It was only for a year that I boxed, but my son wants to get back into boxing. So all the things that I remember, I'm like teaching him, and, I might even like throw some YouTubes on there and, have us box each other or whatever. But definitely Megalobox is one that has hip hop. It's kind of like in the background. It's not as in the forefront as Champloo and Afro Samurai, or even Devilman, where they have like straight up rapping scenes. But there's an element of it.
The element, yeah. It's not like straight up hip hop right away. There's an element to it, the vibes that it gives of the show. They do play some like kind of like jazz, some hip hop, some drums every once in a while. Right. But just the vibe you get it from it, you are like, even looking at the cover art, you're like, I feel like this has like a hip hop vibe to it.
Yeah, it's got graffiti all over his own.
And it's not just that too, because it's not the main character in this movie is not white.
Right.
He's definitely not white. He's
a lot of the characters
mixed. Like his skin color is brown. Like you say, he got the fro going on. Like he just looks like
he's a stray dog. That's what they call him, junk dog or whatever.
Yeah.
And it is an element of like not rags to riches, but where he's lower class and coming up, and they kind of look down on him. And it's not regular boxing in this anime. It's you have like gear. So his gimmick is that he's fighting these professional megaloboxers without any gear.
That have money. So they can afford this top-notch gear, whatever's new current technology, and he's using scrap pieces.
Right. Yeah.
But at the end of the day, boxing is technique. Like the whole gear thing is just to give them like a little edge. Yeah. But at the end of the day, like, and I think that's the point he was trying to prove, like, even though I can't afford the newest gear, I can't afford the newest technology, end of the day, what speaks is
skill.
Is my skills and his heart, bro. Because that nigga could take punches.
Yeah,
he had to take punches, like. Because again, like his gear is not the best. Like some of the gears make their punches a little bit more faster,
right?
Or they're able to dodge a little bit better. Or I think even their gear had like a program that like maybe helped them actually get better at boxing.
Yeah.
But his mentality was like, no, it's my skills. I don't need this to like help me get better. I'm better because of me, but I need the gear because I guess it's like part of the protocol of the boxing. Because
you do need something to catch up, and you know I think that also is an element of hip hop where you know even if you do have a flashy chain and a nice you know fresh Adidas or whatever, a nice hoodie and shit like that, you know if you're whack,
you're whack.
You're whack.
You're whack. No matter, it's like those upcoming rappers were like which ones? Little Sanex or whatever the hell he was called. Right. Like he came up and he dropped or Little Pump. You know what I mean? These are the rappers that's what I'm saying. Like they might come up, okay, now they got money. So then they're gonna start dropping like or just even presenting themselves like I got money, I got chains, I got grills, I got cars, I got bitches, whatever. But even though that plays a small part in hip hop, because technically like that's a little bit of hip hop in there, whatever, having money, having bitches, you know, flaunting your money, having these outrageous chains and blah, 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 and so on and so on. But at the end of the day, like I said, like him having the gear on, it's all cool and everything, but it all falls down to skills. Just like my boy said in that song 1982, J. Cole. 1985, J. Cole, you know what I'm talking about? He spoke the truth. At the end of the day, like you could be flashy, you could be current, you can be jumping in the bandwagon,
right?
Like you whatever. But at the end of the day, it comes down to skills, bro. It comes down to the nitty gritty. Can you rap or can you not?
Can you box or can you not?
Exactly, and that's what Megalobox. Can you fight or can you not? Just because you have the best gear or the most expensive shit, and it's gonna aid you. But at the end of the day, if you can't fight, you can't fight. You know what I mean? End of the day, it's about the work you put in, the experience you get. That's really what makes you. You know what I mean? It's like that pressure that makes you into a diamond. You feel me? Like, and that's J. Cole. That's why I would say like J. Cole, Kendrick Lamar, like
Eminem. These are not
Eminem.
These are not flashy rappers.
No, they're not. As far as like, especially J. Cole. When do you ever see that nigga flying like a Lamborghini or I got the Bugatti or bunch of chains? My man's usually like down to earth. He's just wearing some fucking the newest Air Force Ones or the Jordan ones. You know what I'm talking about? He's basically some regular t-shirt, put a little hat on. He's vibing. He's chill. He's cool. It's about his skills though. Like that nigga's lyrical. He can tell stories. He can jump. And it's so funny how he talks about like nobody wants to do a feature with him because they automatically know this nigga gonna take it.
Yeah, but he's on mad features though.
You know what I mean? It's the same thing with Kendrick Lamar when he dropped on Big Shaw's song.
I remember, yeah.
He ate it. And people were like, damn, you let him eat you in your own fucking song? But then Big Sean had to talk about it and be the man up, be like, but if I didn't, then people would think that I'm afraid of him or like I'm, you know what I mean? I'm scared of him. Like I had to drop the song either way. You know what I mean? Yeah, he ate it. It is what it is. You know what I mean? No respect. I do like Big Sean too. I think Big Sean, he does his thing too, you know?
He's an honorable mention for me.
You know, but lyrically wise, it's the same thing here, man. It's like if you can fight, you can, you know, perfect your skills, you can hone it, you can sharpen it. But that's what it is. But if you think just because you put on some fucking $1 million chain and rap about, oh, I got your whole house on my neck.
Right.
That's cool and everything, bro. But like, I want to hear the stories. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. No, for sure. So that's Megaloboxes. Not a rags to riches, but more like a come up story or proving yourself. You know, rising out of your station. Because he was like tired of like being a low level. Oh, I'm just gonna throw these fights and collect my little paycheck. He wanted, you know.
Well, that's how he started. Yeah, he had to collect his paycheck, but he was like, "Nah, man, I know I'm worth it."
Yeah, and it's almost like the 8 Mile of anime, of boxing anime. So that's Megalobox. There's another anime called Michiko and Hatchin. This is like a female-led anime story. It's super good as well. It deals with elements of like identity issues and motherhood and love. There is hip hop all over this one as well, but like from a female's perspective. So usually, like, you know, when you think of hip hop, you think of like, you know, men. Like even all the rappers that we named were men. But I wanted to mention it earlier. Meg Thee Stallion, she is super into anime. She is like so upfront with how much she is in. to a point where sometimes I kind of look at it and think, okay, is she just kind of like hopping on this bandwagon? But when I do, because I don't check for her too much, but she's so big, you can't help but notice. It does seem genuine to me. Like maybe some true Meg Thee Stallion fans can let me know if you feel like she is or not. But her, Doja Cat, they like anime. So this one I think is not one for the females, but it just does Black females in anime very well, which you don't really see a lot of, because we were talking about sometimes Black characters aren't always represented in the best light in anime.
No.
Sometimes they use like a hip hop song or a scene, kind of like, the Black person, just give them, the hip hop songs.
And a good representation of like what we were just talking about would be Naruto.
Right.
Because I feel like Killer B is
done well.
Done well because we love Killer B.
Okay.
But how many dark-skinned anime characters or characters in general are in Naruto?
Well, they have that whole village, the Cloud Village. Those are Black people. They all live there.
I know, but like, why does it have to be
right? That's the Africa of Naruto.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, why it has to be like a dark person that has to be rapping?
It doesn't have to be, but
But that's what I'm saying. Like,
he teaches Naruto how to rap.
I know Naruto raps a little bit just because that's the way he thought they can communicate or be on the same page. You know what I mean, or better understand each other. Is if Naruto met B at his terms,
right?
But
that's just Naruto. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's trying to be friends with everybody, so he got to do what he got to do. If he means rap a little bit, even though he sound whack as hell, that's what he got to do. But I'm just saying, like in all general, like just every dark and like Black person anime character is always related to some type of hip hop or whatever.
Right.
That's just my thought about that. You know what I mean?
It's not just an anime either. Like I remember when we were talking about the Suicide Squad movie, the first one.
Oh yeah,
when they introduced like Will Smith's character, then they play the Kanye West, like give him the rap. So sometimes it can be detrimental, or maybe like looked at as not even pandering, but just like
we're just like
effort. Just give like
if he's Black, it's just better to just basically associate it with hip hop done. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Specifically towards like Black women, I feel like Black women in both anime and even in regular cartoons and hip hop or cartoons and media, they're not represented in the best light. Like I don't know if you've seen Proud Family, but I think that her character's name is Dejanay.
Yeah. She's
like loud and she's annoying and she's always like trying to bother the other guy, the short guy. So she's not really like seen in the best light. Or even like,
She's not, but she's representing a group of Black people that do exist though. Like
that do, but she's like the only
she
one.
Represents the word ratchet.
Right. Right.
That's the personality that she portrays in that Proud Family show. But it's not to say like I can't be like, but just
she's like so one dimensional. Like so okay, so like I'm saying, so with Michiko and Hatchin, I definitely recommend this. So if I want to start with that, definitely watch it. Okay. You also I think you should watch it.
I'll put it in my list.
So the main character, she's also flawed. But then she had like character growth. So not the whole story, but she's like basically trying to hook up with her ex-lover. So she had this baby or whatever, and then they were like her baby was like being fostered, and then I can't remember if they die or they just leave her or whatever, but she ends up reuniting with her baby. Mm-hmm. It's like a mulatto little, I think she's like white skin, but she's her kid, and she's trying to look for her kid's dad and like reconnect with him. And she's like, she's ratchet a little bit. She's kind of like, a thief, and she's kind of like breaking the law. And there's another character, a friend of hers, who's also a Black woman, who's part of the police that are just trying to track her down and bring her to justice type of deal. But, in a good way. So the story is just so amazing. Like, I would put it higher on my list. I don't know what it's really, really missing. And I hate to like be like that guy. Like, not that it's not for me, but I have a crazy amount of respect for it. And, maybe this says something about me. Like I do I like Megalobox because he looks like me. Like I like a lot of things that I identify with. I don't really check for Meg Thee Stallion because, I don't really identify with her, but I have a lot of respect for that kind of stuff. So, Michiko and Hatchin, I think it is just high up there. And like I said, there's hip hop all over that show.
Okay, I definitely got to watch it.
Definitely.
And then the next one on the list was Naruto. And I know that we were going to get into the whole Killer Bees thing. And I think that's the only aspect of hip hop in Naruto, right?
So when
But was there another part that I'm missing out?
There's another part. So when the original Naruto dropped and then Naruto Shippuden came back, and it could be just the time, maybe they were just trying to try it out. Hip hop was big or getting big at this time. But the opening for Naruto Shippuden was a straight rap. Like, I think, remember when we were looking for songs to do for the intro?
Yeah.
Like, 3, 2, 1, make some noise.
Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about.
Right? That's way before Killer Bee too. So,
yeah.
That's just the opening intro. But as far as like that, that's the only thing really rap in Naruto until Killer Bee came out. And then, then he was like showcasing rap for the team.
I mean, the whole Killer Bee vibe was just hip hop and rap. I mean,
and he rapped because he was an outsider, so he was a Jinchuriki same like Naruto and Gaara, but he wasn't like crying about it. He was like, I'm gonna do a freestyle about it. I'm not gonna. So what you guys? Because he also got the same hate from his village that Naruto and Gaara got, but he just had a better attitude about it, which I think
it's all about perspective.
Episode, but that's what rap is about. Like you're in the ghetto or whatever, you're you're disenfranchised or whatever, and then you're using this outlet to kind of like big up your station and just like deal with it and just
in like a positive way.
Yeah, like artistically. So that's that was his way of looking at it. So that's why I do not mind Killer Bee, being black and rapping because, Naruto had already learned this lesson at this time, but maybe Gaara should have started rapping.
I can't see Gaara rapping. He's a ginger.
If Gaara rapped, I think he would. I think there'd be a lot of lives saved.
But it's the hate that all three of them got from being a Jinchuriki. And it was just the way that they resolved that hate. Naruto did it by showing that he can be better.
Pranking.
Well, at first, but then he decided to turn that energy into I can be better. Show you that I can be better. Show you that I can be Hokage, that I can surpass this. And that was his hate turning his hate into something different.
Right.
Gaara was at the point was like more his hate was just hate. I'm gonna act on that hate.
Right. If you hate me, I hate you more.
Exactly. You know what I mean? Because of this reason. Like you took people from me because of who I am, even though I never chose to be this. You know what I mean? This was just given to me by birth. Same thing with Naruto. So he just engraved himself in that hate and just engulfed in it. And it was like, okay, this is what I'm going to do with this energy. I'm just going to kill people. And then you have B again. He was probably, again, the same way, like he was looked down on because of the powers he had. Right. Again, he is not like he was like he wanted this to happen to himself. It just happened. He was chosen to be
he was like the Raikage's brother. So.
Exactly. But they still hated him though. They still viewed him as a devil or as a, you know what I mean? So he took his hatred for the world or for how the world sees him, and he decided to turn it into a more artistic form of rapping, of letting that part of it go. So everybody has their own way of like dealing with anger and hate. Some people deal it by acting on it. Some people like dealing by like converting it into something better, or some people deal it by turning it into like an artistic thing, like drawing, singing, rapping, whatever the situation is, playing an instrument.
That's what I love about hip hop and rap, man. Like that's really what it is. It's like turning something negative and
to something positive. You know what I mean?
And we were talking about, which kind of goes into the next one, hip hop. So there's rap, right? There's rap, riggedy rap. How there's not really much rap in Champloo, but there's a lot of hip hop in it.
Yeah.
So what hip hop is also blending different genres of music, and then not making it funky, but like they sample a lot of jazz. They sample or songs, like soulful songs, R&B. There's hip hop, which is like country hip hop. Mm-hmm. But basically, what hip hop is just taking a couple things and then fusing them together and making something new. So that's why I think I put Cowboy Bebop on the list. There's not really a lot of hip hop in it, where it's more of jazz. So jazz and like orchestra and funky beats.
But even when you hear jazz, I automatically think to hip hop. Right, it's just like listening to lo-fi.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I like lo-fi. I vibe to it, and it can be like all types of lo-fi, but I prefer jazz in that sense. But I've always considered jazz kind of like a part of hip hop.
Yeah, it's like a precursor to hip hop.
Yeah. You know, and it's still a vibe.
Right? Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's still a vibe. And that's the thing too. Like when you think about hip hop, I don't just think about like rap, just outbursting rapping or whatever or talk. I think about it like as a culture, like it's like it could be the vibe that is giving or the dancing, way the dancing, like because you know like how in Champloo Mugen style was b-boys, and b-boys is considered hip hop too.
It is, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Definitely.
Like the whole break dancing it's hip hop. You know what I mean? So like, you know, even if they didn't rap and all they did was like b-boy or something, like I would automatically, my mind would sync hip hop. Like it has hip hop vibes to it. The same thing with Megalobox, like not right off the bat, it was all hip hop, like rap, music, whatever. You know, this is a boxing, but like just the vibes of it. And they do have some jazz that plays, like some soundtracks are just jazz. But again, because it's jazz and the vibes and just like the mood that is giving, it feels like it's hip hop.
I'm just thinking of like Megalobox, where like the image.
So like just, you know, just the vibe itself is hip hop.
But no, Cowboy Bebop does have more jazz than hip hop per se, but that's why I put it last. But I think Cowboy Bebop still does show a good example of like a blend of just even, because I know this is a hip hop episode, but like just music with anime. That's what I love to see, you know, with all these animes that we've listed. Which is not a lot, if you really think about it. There's more, but these are the ones that really like stood out to me. So I don't want to talk too much shit about these animes. You know, I put Tokyo Tribe on here, even though I didn't really like it. But just to show that, and again, I only saw one episode. So if this is your favorite anime, I hate to be like, you know, bashing it. But where it doesn't always work, you know, you do need to be good as well. You can't just like slap hip hop on it and expect people to like it. Yeah, same like how we were talking about live action. You can't just appropriate a culture or the name
of the anime and just expect people to like it.
Yeah, or
expect people to be, you know, to watch it,
right?
Or like enjoy it. Oh, but it's Cowboy Bebop. Yeah, bro, but you didn't hit the mark.
Yeah,
so then you get bashed.
It's like, oh, he's listening to, you know, De La Soul. Like, so what? Like, it's not. It's like one of the rap things that is in Tokyo Tribe. It's not. I don't know. I probably will not revisit it. But so one that is not on here because you had brought it up earlier. Motherfuckers.
Oh yeah.
And I don't even know if that's how you're supposed to call it, but
it's the MFKZ. It's I don't even know if it's anime. That's the problem. Like
no, it is. It's anime.
But it's only on Netflix. It's really good. I don't know if you guys have watched it before. Some people think it's weird. It is kind of weird though.
It's weird.
It has some weird vibes, but it's like it has hip hop. It's
a movie.
It's based on the hood.
Yes.
It has conspiracy.
It does. Have you seen
the
it?
government's after you kind of vibes. Bro, I've seen it like twice.
I love it.
I've seen it many times, bro.
There's like pro wrestlers in it.
Pro wrestlers, there's angels. Like the pro wrestlers were angels at a point, but lost their powers, so they just became pro wrestlers.
Right.
They have like a little bit of like Mexican LA vibes.
Oh, yes. Well, even like, you know, wrestlers like the luchador kind of.
Yeah, but a lot of it was like LA vibes. They have the gangs.
They do. I think
was it purple versus blue or purple versus red?
It's not red and blue, but it's purple and something else. I think maybe RZA is also in this as well. He's the poet. He's like the Shakespeare gangster or whatever.
Yeah.
And I think Vince Staples is voices a character in it. It's really good. It is really weird. I get my friends into it. But
it's so funny, like, because like right off the bat, it gives you like hood vibes,
right?
You know what I mean? Like he's like this low income person.
They got roaches.
he lives in a complex apartment, like kind of like Section 8, right. But like it's apartment wise, and his house is literally a shit show. He has roaches that he feeds. That's his pets, or like his family.
Like a swarm of roaches.
Yeah, like, did you feed the roaches today, bro? Nah, man, just chilling here. Like, then his friend is basically like a bum nigga that just like.
Which one? Oh,
the one with the skull. he don't work. He's just chilling at the house, just watching TV all day. You know what I'm talking about?
Right.
And it's weird. It's funny. It gets a little bit complex towards the end because you really don't know like what the whole point of this movie is.
I know. I'm super biased, man.
You just know that the government is all I know. I thought at first maybe my boy popped like an LSD and he started tripping and he just thought like the government was after him, like FBI agents.
Right.
Because you hear people when they do drugs, sometimes they're like, I think I'm being watched. Or
water's got a
device
in it.
Like, I think they're listening to us. And next thing you know, they're so paranoid that they're like, I saw this man in a black suit and he was looking at me weird, I think. And that's how it started too, because that's how he was. He was just walking down the street and he just kept noticing like men in black. Like on the phone or tying their shoe, and then he's like, bro, I think they're like watching us. And he's like, just keep walking. And then you're like, oh shit, they're really chasing his ass. But it's crazy. Like it's the whole vibe, and it is hip hop. It does have some Spanish into it too, like
right.
You know what I mean? So it's pretty good. I like it. I personally like it. I fucks with weird shit sometimes.
No, it's definitely weird. It's definitely hip hop. It's definitely not for everybody.
No, it's not for everybody. It's not for everybody.
Like Lewis said, you kind of like, once it ends, you're kind of like, okay, well, not what was the point of that? I hate when people say that. What was the point of that movie? Like, you almost get to like, what is going on? Like, it's especially because like the luchador stuff kind of like comes out of nowhere.
It does.
So
yeah. Like,
you just have to be ready to
just be ready to be hit by like multiple things coming to the side. Like you're focused on one thing, and next thing you know, they add like a whole mix into it, and you're like, what? Like we go from government to lucha libre to angels to potential experiment to
you round it up back to the hood and
then you got the hood, then you got gangs, and then you got a variety of everything just like pulling you, and you're just trying to figure it out. And then on top of that, like you got normal human characters, non-normal human characters, like, or maybe were they the only three characters that were just weird?
No.
Were there other characters that were weird?
Because there was other characters, without giving spoilers or whatever, there's other characters like him, like the main character.
Oh, okay.
There's a race of those people, but I think, it's because it's also anime. So
yeah,
you're almost like, okay, do they know that these guys look weird? Like, you have to know that the guy has his head on fire.
Exactly.
But the other guy could just be like a little black boy. Like, he's just...
That's what I'm saying. Was he represented? Like, does he have really, 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 really rich melanin in his skin? Like, my boy just...
No, but he's like an alien or whatever.
Or is he an alien? And then you got you have an animal.
With braces.
A raccoon or squirrel, whatever the fuck he is.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? So it
reminds me of like regular show.
It's weird, but in a good way. But I don't think it's for everybody. No. So, but
not even as far as like for anime fans too. Like, I wouldn't recommend this to anybody, not anybody, to everybody. Champloo, regardless of if you like anime or not, I would recommend it. Afro Samurai, if you know somebody who maybe likes Samuel Jackson, I would recommend it.
Even if you don't like Samuel J. Jackson, it was a good anime in general.
So I'm trying to think, because a lot of our podcast listeners are people who like anime, and especially if you're listening this far into the episode. But a question I wanted to ask you is, any of these animes, would you recommend it to somebody who doesn't really like anime, but maybe loves hip hop?
Yeah.
Which ones? Yeah. All of them, or
the two that come in mind, but the one that I would definitely say would be Afro Samurai.
Afro Samurai?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just because right off the bat, it's hip hop related. It's not like anime first and then hip hop. It feels more like hip hop and then the anime came with it.
Okay.
And then they mix, if that makes sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like you got Samuel L. Jackson doing the voiceover. Automatically, that's, it's gonna be, you feel the vibes, okay? And then you got the playlist, the whole Wu-Tang Clan, kind of like the vibe. So it's already screaming hip hop. You feel me? And then you got like the samurai, and then he's constantly fucking smoking weed all the time. Right. And then you think at that point, like I feel like sometimes he's so far gone that of course he's like an imaginary friend. Like his consciousness comes through.
Which is also voiced by Samuel L. Jackson.
Which is funny. It's like your own self talking to your own self. You know what I mean? Like,
talk so much shit to him, man.
And he's just high all the time, which I think he needs to be, because again, being the number two, I know your adrenaline must be skyrocket. Knowing the fact that At any moment you can be attacked. Like that thought process, that flight.
Why does he wear it? Why doesn't he just put it in his bag or something?
He wants to smoke, bro. My boy's down for the smoke anytime of any day, night, while he's sleeping. He don't give a fuck. He's ready for it, bro.
Right.
He want to be tested. You know what I mean? But and having all that like energy or whatever, you gotta puff it out to, you know, keep him cool, keep him grounded, be like, I need to chill the fuck out. You know what I mean? But then his consciousness comes through and then it's like, damn, this is what he's really thinking. If you really think about it, this is what's really going through his mind. Like this, because it is a representation of his self-consciousness.
Right.
So this is really what's going in his mind. But because he's constantly smoking weed and he knows he needs to be calm and collected all the time. You know what I mean? Because especially as a samurai, you have to be calm and collected. You have to be. It's an art,
right?
You know what I mean? Fighting with katanas is an art. It's not like I'm gonna chop. You know what I'm talking about? Like I'm gonna just start swinging.
It's a lot of one motion.
Yeah, I'm gonna just start swinging. Hopefully one lands. No, it's an art. You gotta focus. Right. You gotta really breathe in and breathe out and keep your momentum going and shit. Like so that's for him. Like and then his self-conscious comes out and his self-conscious is fucking crazy. All over the place. But I think that's what it was really going through his head. He's all over the place, but in the external, because nobody can see his subconscious besides him.
Right. Well,
it comes and goes.
That's an element of the show too. You're like, can everybody see him? Or?
No. You notice that every time something specific happens where he has to focus,
he'll go away.
He'll go away. Like his subconscious will automatically just go away. And then like, once the fight is done, he'll reappear. And you're like, damn, man, you really fucked that nigga up.
right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. All in the beautiful voice of Samuel Jackson.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
With Samuel J. Jackson voice. Like, but that's really him thinking to himself, like, yeah, I did fuck that nigga up. But I can't say it out loud because I'm a samurai, calm, cool, collected. Right. You feel me?
Right. I love, man. I love that.
You know what I mean? Or like I did put it first. I would love like when they go like to the gambling clubs. He's like, bro, they got titties and asses here. Yeah. Like, shit, bro, can we just stay here and chill and blah, blah, blah. And he's just like, but that's his subconscious talking to him because he's really taking it in. He is seeing titties and bitches, you know. He hasn't been with a woman in a long time. So, you know what I mean? That's probably what he's really thinking. But again, my boy got to keep calm and collected. Like, we're here for the number one headband. Let's not forget the mission. Let's not forget it, bro.
So yeah, I do agree. I would recommend Afro Samurai just because it is, like I said, for only 5 episodes. So maybe somebody might be able to get through it real quick, and it's less cringe as far as like someone who's not really like initiated into anime. So yeah, I agree. Afro Samurai for number 1.
And then Champloo would be like, if when you're done with Afro Samurai, because there's not really that many episodes to begin with, and you can probably go through that in a day.
Yeah.
No lie, probably in less 6 hours. You can probably go through all that. The episodes and the movie done.
Right.
So if you want to watch another one, Champloo would be the next. But I would definitely say like Champloo is hip hop based, but more like beats, drums, jazz, and the vibes that it gives you. But there's no like actual physical rapping or
not really.
You know what I mean? So like
no, but it's the best, man. It's like you know.
So you'll enjoy it, and then from there, like I said, Champloo is more like anime adapting hip hop.
But it's a beautiful blend, man.
But it's a beautiful blend, like a perfect blend.
Yeah.
Versus Afro Samurai is more hip hop, then blend into anime, perfectly done. You know what I mean? So it's like opposites in that sense, but it's still the same. But it's still good. Yeah. So watch both.
And that Devilman, you know, has its rap scenes. It's kind of like artistically ugly as well. I was just talking to my homegirl about it, like how.
Oh yeah, like it's like
ugly. It's like ugly.
Yeah, like sloppy drawn a little bit, like but it's like
an acid trip. Like
like you're on acid. It starts like she starts melting away and like but I like it though.
No, it's good.
But I feel like that's what you said. Like
on purpose.
It's weird sometimes because it is weird. You know, like how they transform into these demons and then and there's conspiracy theories too, because like the whole sex and clubs and shit like that. And then everybody's tripping on acid, which is like what they want for them to do. Like the demons want the humans to trip on acid because that way it makes it easier for them to start killing them because they just think they're on acid. You feel me? They're just like seeing shit. oh no, I'm seeing shit because I'm on drugs. But in reality, like, no, bro, that bitch did get tear apart by a fucking demon. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that is blood on you, bro. In your mind, you're like, oh shit, somebody spilled a drink on me. Fuck. Oh, it's red. Oh, fuck. Like, whatever. You know, you're on acid. So you don't think too much about it. But like, no, nigga.
I forget.
She got fucking ripped off, and like, you know, talking about like fucking tentacles are coming out, like people are getting eaten. Like, nah, this is, you know, but that's like it's conspiracy theory.
It definitely it's a stylistic choice, but sometimes it does come across as cheap looking. As far as like
it depends, because sometimes like
they play with like the blacks and the whites. Like, so Batman the animated series, that whole show was animated on black paper. So it was black, and then they drew the light that is versus like, you know, white paper, and then you draw like the black. So I kind of like took that approach to Devilman, but sometimes, you know, when they are just showing black, and then like the guy's driving in his car, I don't know, it does look kind of like it comes across as cheap. But
it does, but sometimes it's like
only parts.
I would say so, but like I would also say like it could be like a mistake, but like a good mistake. If that makes sense, like maybe they were cheap with it or whatever, but it worked out cheap, well.
It comes across that way. Like
if it was cheap or if it wasn't cheap, it doesn't. Like I'm just saying, like it doesn't matter. Like if it was cheap or it wasn't cheap, it worked well for it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Well,
like
South Park has like that style to it where it looks cheap, but that's on purpose.
Yeah. So but it works for it.
Right. So
I think it worked perfect for Devilman. Like I'm not complaining too much of it, but like
no.
You know, and a lot of it was mostly like the devil versus angel, like God kind of like thing.
Yeah.
Like questioning humanity's religion, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So it was like a whole thing. So I don't want to do too much of
bashing it. No, man.
Not bashing it, but like I don't want to do like a lot of spoilers. But it was like it had like it's not for everybody. Like I can see what your boy Fred was it that he said he didn't like it.
Yeah,
I can see why somebody wouldn't like it just because of the art.
The twist coming like a mile away, and I was like, you didn't even like any of the rap stuff.
First of all, what was the twist? You can't see the twist a mile away. That shit.
I didn't think so, man.
That the ending was not what I was even crossed my fucking mind, bro.
Right.
I thought it was Devilman. At the end of the day, I thought the
well, we won't spoil it. We won't spoil
it. But at the end of the day, like I like you can't. There's no way you saw this a mile away. You're like, oh no.
I had accent. I was like, you didn't even like the raps, and he's like, nah.
But like I said, the rap is just a small portion of it. It wasn't like
I know that's just me. That's my not my prejudice.
But that's your favorite.
It's just like it's something I maybe appreciate even more.
So okay, so if it didn't have the rap,
I know, right? If it didn't have the rap,
would you have not liked it?
I wouldn't have disliked it, but it would have been just like another
whatever.
Kind of been like maybe like Elfen Lied or what's another anime?
I love Elfen Lied.
No, it's good. I'm saying like, you know, but if Elfen
Lied had like it just had like a little extra cherry on top.
Yes, man, for me.
You know what I mean? Like it was good. But with that, like you had that cherry,
right?
I like cherries, so
yeah. So if you're ready for that, I feel like Devilman for sure.
Yeah,
Megalobox definitely. If you like boxing, I think you know normal people who like hip hop would like Megalobox.
I like Megalobox.
Michiko and Hatchin, man. I think you should watch it. Michiko and Hatchin. I think it's on Netflix.
I might watch it, bro. You keep mentioning it,
it's definitely on Crunchyroll for sure.
I gotta give it a look at. All right, man. Anything else you want to mention about hip hop or anime? Any other questions?
No, man. Just so we've barely touched the surface. You know, like I said, I would be talking about this all day. So that's why I kind of like structured it this way to kind of
give us
you know, beginning, middle, and end. But
would you I
would love to see.
Would you feel like they should make more anime?
Of course,
with hip hop in it
appropriately. So like, okay, bet if they just started putting hip hop in Demon Slayer, I don't know how I'd feel about that.
That wouldn't make sense.
Right? Like if they started putting hip hop
just like randomly,
like even if they created a character for it, or if they created like a My Hero Killer Bee style character, you know, it'd have to be done appropriately. So again,
but it'd be weird, right? Because it's just like out of nowhere kind of thing.
It just depends. It depends. Like how you're talking about, you know, it probably was very jarring to see Killer Bee. You know, like
in the beginning, yeah, it was. I'm like, why is he? All he does is rap when he talks. I'm like, it's not racist. It is. You know what I mean? Why does
there's a character?
But I know they have to like dig into the background to like why he does it.
No, for sure.
You know what I mean? But at first, you're just like, why is he rapping all the fucking time?
In Justice League, there's a character named Etrigan. and he speaks in rhymes. He's like a demon or a devil or whatever. He only speaks in rhymes. Like everything he says has to rhyme. So Killer Bee is kind of like that. Where most like you don't even know where if he's talking to you or if he's rapping at you. So sometimes I do that too. Sometimes I'll rap at people. You know, it would have to be done appropriately and then with respect, but then also done well. So if it wasn't My Hero, if it wasn't Demon Slayer, if they just started putting it anywhere, or even if like they came out with not another Tokyo Tribe, but like another knockoff hip hop anime, you know, like it'll speak for itself. I think that's the reason why we haven't heard of Tokyo Tribe at all, you know, because I just think it, you know, I'm talking too much shit about this anime. I just think it's not really like all that good.
Yeah.
But
there was one thing I wanted to go into it, but I don't know if maybe it could be an episode of its own. It's how black people are drawn in anime.
Oh, I did want to mention that. Yeah, about like Mr. Popo from like Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
A friend of mine told me that Usopp from One Piece.
He's supposed to be black?
He's black, yeah.
Well, he does have nappy hair. But that's the thing, like, because they have nappy hair, does that mean they're black?
But he also draws them with big lips.
But that's what I'm trying to say. I feel like the only anime that ever did black people and Latin people right was Bleach.
Bleach?
Yes.
Well, you know,
I pulled it up right now so you can look at it, bro.
Show me. Well, because
the characters are well drawn. And they don't do the big lips. Like, they're drawn, like, perfectly. Bro, they're fucking G's.
I mean, so without, you know, I feel like those features are part of what, like, you know, you saying, oh, his skin's too dark or whatever. Like, you know, there's people with dark skin. There's people with big lips. There are tall people. You know, I feel like, you know, beautiful black people are just like really big and tall. And, you know, like you said, nappy hair. You know, I have nappy hair. So, you know, there's nothing
dreads
wrong.
Or braids. Like this one's she's from, what's that?
Hunter.
Yep.
Yes.
She's one of the servants.
Well, for the podcast, who is this?
I'm trying to think of her name. Damn, I can't remember right off the bat. But I think you should know, if you watch Hunter x Hunter X, I think there was only like one black person in that whole show, and it was her.
I'm not, I think you're right, actually.
It was her, and she was one of the Kailu. What's his name?
So the difference between like, and I, you know, I'm in the middle on Usopp, but like the difference between like Mr. Popo and.
But remember, I want to also mention the time that it was drawn.
Yeah.
Mr. Popo was drawn in Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball back in the 1990s. You know what I mean? So that's the way Japan perceived black people.
Yeah.
Versus now it's more like if we're gonna draw somebody black, it has to be more elegant, not just what we think is a black person, big lips, tall. You know what I mean? And
but
dark.
There's a way to do it like respectful. That's what I'm saying. Like even like with like the Fat Albert characters, that's done respectful. Like they do look black.
Yeah, but Fat Albert is not from Japan. That's what I'm trying to say. It's a cultural thing because they're looking at black people from their point of view, not from America's point of view.
Okay, yeah.
You feel me? That's why I said like for Mr. Popo, Dragon Ball was drawn like that in Dragon Ball because that's how Japan perceived black people back in the 1990s or in that time frame. Now, if you watch Bleach or you watch the more newer animes where Japan now draws black people with more characteristic, not just they have big, they all have to have big lips.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they make them look better, which I do enjoy better because I feel like they look way much awesome. They have like a sauce to them now. like a swag. You know what I mean? Like they're just well drawn. They have like they're just done great. You know what I mean? But like but yes, I think it's a generational thing. So like the older the anime, when they drew black people, then again is how Japan perceived black people versus now. You know what I mean? Now it's
maybe
more
not
normal.
The whole country of Japan,
but even like you hear things like, you know, like when black people go visit Japan people are still astonished, but like seeing a dark person or a tall.
How'd you get all the way over here?
Yeah, like you know what I mean. They still perceive them like that, even though it's like okay, like we're 2023 now.
I know.
At this point, if you haven't seen a black person in your life, that's kind of weird.
I know.
You know what I mean? So it's
one anime that we didn't really get to talk about. We don't really have to talk about it too much. Is that Yusuke, the Netflix, the first Black Samurai?
Oh no! I know what you're talking about.
Is it not called Yusuke?
Which anime are you talking about? There was like a Black Samurai. I've seen it on Netflix.
What? It's not Yusuke or something. It's like something like that though.
I don't remember exactly what it was called, but no, there was no hip hop in that.
No,
not even like jazz or anything. He was just like the whole vibe of that one gave me is he was a foreigner.
Yasuke, that's what it's called. I mean, because I remember you were talking about how like
Jasuke, yeah.
There was like a scene where they're like they had never seen a black person before.
Because I think his character is just a foreigner.
He's like African.
He's an African foreigner in Japan. So even the Japan people, the characters there look at him differently. But the vibes or the setting is Japan, so there is no hip hop.
No, yeah.
I don't remember there ever being hip hop for him.
Okay, I mean,
so it's just more a foreigner doing whatever he's doing or showing off his skills, but he's in Japan. So the setting, the vibes is all Japan. You know what I mean? Like old Japan.
Okay.
And
all right, yeah.
So that's the vibe I got it from, but I don't remember ever seeing what's it called? Hip hop like music or anything like that relating to him. He's just like he's like a Japanese soul, but he's just black skin. Yeah, he's dark skinned. He's got good melanin.
Yeah.
But yeah, bro. So
that's pretty much the episode, man. Like, like I said, we can talk about it all day, and I do maybe want to revisit the topic in the future. If
later.
We get a lot of comments or things that people thought we
let us know. I want to hear other people's thoughts. Like, this is just our thoughts, but I know hip hop and anime, like you said, go hand in hand. But like a lot of people don't talk about it like that. So if you guys have like your own opinions or maybe an anime that you would recommend that we've maybe never heard of before, that is like heavy in hip hop or whatever, like where I'm down to watch it. But yeah, just let us know in the comments below. Remember to subscribe. Remember to like our videos. Listen to the podcast. Help us help you.
Friend. Share it.
Yes, share with your friends. Share. We're trying our best on our end to like get it out there for you guys and for everybody. Like so we're excited about that. But that's pretty much it when it comes to anime and hip hop. So we're gonna move on to the next subject, which is what we're watching, playing, and reading. X, go for it, bro.
So what am I watching? So I'm still reading. To be honest, I haven't really watched or read any Dr. Stone. I'm actually afraid to read it because I think I might finish it. I just know I have so much One Piece that I'll be able to get through it. I think I'm on the Skypiea.
Oh, you're on the Skypiea?
Yeah.
They went up to the Sky Island?
Yeah. So they're dealing with the Kami and all that stuff.
I remember that.
How far back am I? I'm pretty far back,
Nah,
right?
bro, you still got a long way to go. You still got a long way to go,
There's
bro.
like no time skip yet.
No, but you still got a long way to go, bro.
Yeah, so every time I see anything about One Piece, they all look very different. And I'm like, okay, when did they grow up?
Yeah, no, you still got a long way to go, bro.
Yeah.
But that's good though. That's good though.
That's what I'm reading. And then I'm playing Destiny with some friends of mine.
1 or 2?
2. Playing some Destiny 2.
Have you played 1?
I played 1, yeah. I played 1 when it came out. That's when I first got my PS4.
But did you like play it or just like play?
No, I played it.
Play?
There was like a thing where PlayStation, I had to have it hardwired to get on the internet because otherwise I was only able to watch Netflix and shit like that.
Like the Wi-Fi shrink wasn't that?
Yeah, like something about PlayStation, because all my friends who had Xbox was like, oh, I'm Wi-Fi fine. But me, I would be like in the same room as the damn modem and it was pulling too much Wi-Fi or whatever. So I had to do a hardwire. So then I really missed out on the true length of Destiny 1. But when Destiny 2 came out, I played it with my homeboy Fred. But just some friends of mine at work, they're really into Destiny. So I downloaded the Witch Queen and Beyond Light. And
okay.
We're going to be playing some pretty heavy Destiny. And then I might even get my gamer friends back into it because, they have it on their computer. And I just love that games are now coming out cross-plat. So
cross-platform, right? PC, Xbox, and PlayStation. But I do have problems with I don't think the cross-platform is totally perfected yet. Because even when I play like Call of Duty with my brother, he has the Xbox, so we all play together. Mm-hmm. I can't hear him. And I don't think it's a mic problem. He even tells me, he's like, no, everybody else can hear me. Like PC.
Do Discord. That's what we do.
Oh, you go to Discord? Yeah, but that sounds like too much.
Too much? What do you mean? Just download the app.
Nah, I just want to play. Oh, like on the system?
No, you just download on your phone. You download on your phone and then everyone's on the Discord app. And then if he has an Xbox, he can do Discord on his Xbox.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, I'll think about it. But I know, I'm just lazy, bro.
I know, right?
But
My friend, man, he's like, "Oh, you want me to download?
You want me to download
like,
this? You want me to download that? You know, make a username and account. I hate making accounts, bro. You know me.
Oh my god, one click. do it all.
You know, man. You asking for too much, bro. You asking for too much.
Yes.
Just to play a goddamn game, bro. Get the hell out of here. Got to download an app, make an account, link it to my other account, put a password. You know how hard it is to make a fucking password?
I know, right? I just using my 10 passwords, man.
Then gotta use the special. It's just too much, bro. But
so that's what I'm playing. That's what I'm reading, and then watching. What am I watching? There's a show my friend put me on. It is Tomo-chan is a Girl. So it's like I remember in.
Is it an anime or?
It's an anime. I can't remember which episode. You know, because we have so many episodes now. We were talking about shoujo.
Yes. Yeah, we were.
We were talking about shoujo, so I was, trying to get not more into shoujo, but like just like kind of like expand my anime palette about what's like really going on out there. And it's pretty fun, and it's like funny and all that. So, I like weird stuff. I don't strictly like shonen, I like Cells at Work. I like we start Michiko and Hatchin, and just like I don't really like mecha and Gundams. I do like kaiju. I do. So I wanted to get into.
You haven't read the book yet?
Not yet.
God damn it, bro.
I want to read it. It's always right here. It's always right here in the podcast studio. Can't really like get out there and read it. But that's just one. I'm like trying to think of like what else I've been watching. Velma.
Oh, I've heard of it. I've seen the trailers. I haven't watched it. It's on HBO Max, right?
It's on HBO Max.
Is it good?
My brother didn't like it, but he was also primed to thinking that because of the internet. So the internet kind of like tore that show apart, and it is kind of cringe. And my biggest issue is like how they treat Velma. Like she is very flawed, but she's not like not I would say redeemable, but she's not.
They made her dark though. Like
they made her dark, but then okay, that's an element right there. So they made her dark, but I think they made her dark just so they could call her ugly. Because she is like bigger. She's not even fat. She's like a healthy size.
Yeah.
But as far
she's thick.
And Mindy,
nothing wrong with thick girl. I like thick girls.
A thick girl with glasses.
And
a bob haircut. So the lady who created her, not Velma, but like Mindy Kaling or whatever. She's from The Office. She's the Indian girl.
The Indian girl.
So she's the one who's like running the show or whatever.
But I don't like her views though. Like
too woke or what?
No, it's not too woke. It's just her view. I don't know if low key she views herself as an ugly brown girl.
I think so. That's
like exactly what she's portraying herself with Velma.
Yes,
because she does it through everything. Like when she did it through The Office, she was portrayed as the ugly brown Indian girl that they put all the way in the back. Yeah. Very talkative. Nobody wanted to be around her.
There's a scene where,
and then even with her own show, the Mindy Show.
I haven't seen it.
She basically plays the same role. Like even though she's successful because she's a doctor, but it's so funny because she portrays this like I'm kind of ugly, but she's really not. Like
yeah, man. I was like
she's really not that ugly or whatever. Like I'm not saying she's the finest girl ever, but she's not ugly.
I think she's the finest girl in The Office, hands down.
No, I think Pam is.
Pam?
Yeah, she cute, bro. She got sauce.
No, man. I like what's Jim's other girlfriend.
Yeah, but she was brought to be Pam's competition, so she had to be pretty.
Okay, what does that have to do with anything?
Well, anyways, back to what does that have to do with what we were talking about? Anyway, so the way I see it is that she portrays herself a certain way, or she looks personally at herself a certain way because she's Indian brown and a little bit on the heavy side. So that's the way she portrays herself.
Right.
But that's the way I've always seen it, because even in The Office, that's the way they portrayed her there. In her show, The Mindy Show, even though she was successful, she was a doctor, blah, 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 she portrayed herself like that.
That's what my brother has an issue with, because in the show, she kind of like idolizes Fred. He's this blonde hair, blue eyed.
Yeah. And that's how she, even in the Mindy Show, that's how she like.
I don't have anything wrong with her liking white boys.
I don't, but it's just like, I don't understand if it's like, if it's her mentality or it's like her culture. But like, it's like, I'm not saying that Indian people got to be with Indian people.
Right.
With like her way she looks at white people, it's like she wants to be them. She wants to be a white girl. Instead, like, you know what I mean? Like, and that's that's one thing I don't like about her. It's just that fact. It's like, why every time I see you or in any of your shows, you always are trying to portray yourself as like a white woman in an Indian body. And the fact that you mentioned her name, saying that she's the one like created this character of Vilma, I'm like, well, that makes so much fucking sense now. Like, that adds up. That makes so much sense now.
Yeah, man, I'm not really for it as far as like she is flawed, but it's not in a very redeemable or, you know, cutesy or I don't know, like in a way that I think paints a good light for those type of people.
But in any Scooby-Doo, you know what I'm talking about? In any Scooby-Doo, the movies, the show, whatever, I've always saw Vilma as like the cute one because she's smart.
She's smart.
2, she's short. Short girls are pretty cute.
Okay.
And then 3, like everybody fantasize about like, where's my glasses? You know what I mean? Like, you know, and then because like I don't see Fred is like the generic white guy, the guy with the blue eyes and the blonde hair. Oh my God. You know what I mean? And then like Shaggy, well, Shaggy's the hippie dude. Everybody vibes for Shaggy. Oh. Everybody has a hippie dude friend. You know how many hippie dude friends I've had in high school? You know what I'm talking about? Like, we're all just chilling with him. You know, he has his dog. It's all a vibe. And then, what is Daphne? Daphne is the popular girl, you know, the top cheerleader, the one on the top pyramid. You know what I mean? Like, right. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, everybody wants the cheerleader. I'm like, bro, but Vilma, bro, like, this is the girl that people don't look at. And this is the girl that after high school gets her shit together, has a degree, has money, and then she gets her body right. And then you're like, damn, that was Daph. Like, that was Vilma the whole time. And then she trades the glasses for contacts. And next thing you know, she's like a fucking model. Because now she doesn't have those bulky glasses with the...
I think she should keep the glasses though, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, but there's nothing wrong with the glasses. That's what I'm trying to say. But like... Yeah. The fact that you mentioned her and said like she's the creator for this new Vilma character, I'm like, bro.
Well, so I was talking to my brother about it because he is pretty woke, and so he was talking about how, you know, in his community or whatever, and it's not his community, in their community, that they don't really like it, like they're not really vibing with the energy that Velma has created. Now, I watched the show, and I think it is, you know, it's pretty funny, you know, at times. I do like the Fred character, even though, you know, he is like a bad guy or whatever, but I just think his shit is so hilarious. Like all his scenes, you know, the fact that he's like this little man boy or whatever, I think that shit's hilarious. I don't like what they did to Shaggy. I think that, you know, it's a joke that he's not really a stoner. He doesn't like in the show that he doesn't like drugs or nothing like that. And, you know, there's no Scooby-Doo as well, but, you know, that's its own thing. But he's also pining over Velma, and they made him black. So I was okay. You know,
Shaggy's black in
the show, yeah.
Oh,
okay.
So
I'm like, okay, well, you know, what are they gonna do with this as well?
So Shaggy is after Vilma,
grow into
right? But Vilma is so into Fred.
The whole show, it's like that,
right? But yeah. That's The Office.
What do you mean?
That's The Office. Remember how she was into Ryan. She was like obsessed with Ryan. When Ryan didn't want her, who did she resort to? Daryl. And what is he? Black. And that was her backup thing. But she was always just using Daryl to get to Ryan.
They were using each other.
Well, they were using each other because Daryl knew. Daryl is not stupid. He knew. It was fucking, you know,
I love that show, man.
Alley-oop pussy. You know, you got to do is dunk it, done.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, but like, that sounds just like that. You know what I mean? I know that Daryl wasn't into Mindy, but... You know, but the fact that it just, bro, like, so I don't understand, like, the whole dynamic kind of like, you're basically like talking, like, it's just her, bro. Like, I don't understand why they chose her to do these characters, or like Velma's character specifically, because the vibe just sounds just like her.
It's a pattern. So when it's a pattern like this, then yeah, I can, you know, it's on the wall and it's very transparent for everybody to see. But like I said, I don't mind her liking Fred. I don't mind that. You know, she has this character growth where she needs to learn to love herself. There's like in the most recent, because I'm not finished with it. There's a most recent episode where she's kind of like, there's like a killer or whatever. He's killing hot girls. And she's trying to teach these girls to not be so hot. To like, you know, tease up your hair and kind of like, you know, wear, like dress down. And at the end of the episode, they kind of like get on Velma and like, okay, well, you're slut shaming. So we're just going to continue to be hot. And, you know, we don't have to like be ugly just so we don't have to get, you know, sexually harassed or like killed or whatever. So the show recognizes that Velma is not the problem, but she's like so annoying, man. I don't know.
The main character of the show is annoying.
She's like,
Well, Mindy isn't fucking annoying, bro.
She is annoying or is not annoying?
Is annoying.
Is annoying.
She was annoying in The Office. She was annoying in the Mindy show. Now she's annoying in Vilma.
There's a scene in The Office that I really like, and because like they introduced a new character, Erin, but her name is Kelly. So they're both named Kelly. So Kelly's like standing outside of Idris Elba's office, and like, you needed me. She's like, all right, so we're gonna call you Kelly A and you Kelly B. And then the white Kelly, she's like, oh, well, you can call me Erin because that's my middle name. And, Idris Elba's like, oh, that's a beautiful name. So she's like, well, you know what my middle name is? It's Ramajash. And I hate it. And I just love that scene because it's, it's a little self-deprecating. But, when that's like how you said, through different projects, when you're just self-deprecating and not really like bigging up and not really getting that character growth where you learn to love yourself and love your culture, then, then that is a problem.
Yeah. So, because it would have been different if, like I said, like if I can see that she loves her culture, she loves herself, she loves being Indian. Yeah, it's fun, and we all poke about like the way we do things or the way our religion does things or our culture does things or whatever, that we poke fun of it.
Right.
But in the end of the day, it's self-love. Like you have to love who you are, your skin, the way you look. Just because you're not like what Hollywood wants you to be, this blonde, blue eye person, you know what I mean? It is what it is. Like you're you and there's nobody else like you. Simple as that. So just be grateful that, you know what I mean? Be your own self. But it's the character that she plays. It's just like, you're like, why? You're Indian. Enjoy being Indian. And it's not the fact that, oh, she's only after white people. That she's only wants to date white guys. Like that's cool. Like everybody has their preference. That's what my brother
has a problem with.
That she's like after...
That she just like loves, Fred, and it's like not for no reason, but for the only reason that because everybody hates him in the show, but just because he's white, just because he's a blonde haired, blue eyed white guy.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like,
and then you have her best friend, but that like, tall, dark, and handsome, and caring, and he's also funny. But I just there's some character choices that I don't really like with, but he's doing what he's supposed to, and he does like her and love her. And she's kind of like, like
dismissing him because
mad dismissing him. And
but again, if it's a preference, it's all cool because everybody has their own preference. Right. It is what it is. Like I can't not like somebody that is not my type. Like we all have our own type. But I know girls are more like they're more like focused on their type. Like a guy is not gonna be like, oh,
so too choosy or
yeah, we're not too choosy. Like we do have our types like mentally, but I'm not gonna be like, you know what, I can't be with you because ideally you're not my type. You're not the girl that I've always imagined myself being with. Nah, bro, like damn girl, you're still sexy. Like, what's up? Right. What's good? Talk to me. You know what I mean? But girls are more fixated on that. Like, nah, he needs to be 6'3" with hazel eyes and jawline, and you know what I'm talking about? Like, and they're fixated on that. So if you're not 6'3", you don't have hazel eyes, you don't have a jawline. If you're just a 5'3" dude with a rounded face, maybe 2 chins, you're not her type, bro. Ain't no way in hell you're gonna get in between those legs. You feel me, bro? You ain't getting nowhere between that.
Maybe. Right.
So I'm cool with that. Everybody has their type. That's awesome. If her type is white people, cool. No problems with that. But it's like throughout all her shows that I've ever seen her play, she's always like kind of down on her fact that she is brown, on the fact that she is Indian, or like, you know what I mean? So it just makes me feel weird when I watch the shows. Like, I don't understand, like, why are you playing this character? Like, this is just the character you always play? Like, is this how you are in reality? Which I hope you're not, because like, bro, being brown that's nothing bad. You know what I mean? I think brown is the new white.
Brown is in.
Brown is in, bro.
Yeah.
But that's just me. But like the way you keep explaining this whole Vilma show, I might watch like an episode or two because I do have HBO Max.
It's worth it.
But
if you have HBO Max, just to check it out, because I was just like, damn, everybody's hating on this show because obviously the fucking conservative people are gonna hate it because they made Velma black and then they made her brown and then made Shaggy black, and so I thought the whole show they were gonna be shitting on Fred the whole time, like, oh, look at this white guy, and they do. There's an element of that, but they just give him the best jokes, man. I don't know what it is. I can't help it.
But like,
funny is funny. No matter what color it is.
It is, and then like I don't mind a variation. Like in Scooby Doo doesn't always have to be. I would have been cool if they made Fred black. if he was like a black, because sometimes they end up switching it up. Like there's some shows that I've seen that are like, oh wait, they switched up the character. Like
purposeful, because there's even like a not Dr. Dre, Jay-Z song, Moonlight, where they just do friends. They just do it again with black characters. It's like Black Ross, Black Joey, Black Rachel.
Yeah.
And it's just like, for what? Like, why? So taking it with the Velma show, and we're talking about the show too long.
I know. But yeah, go for it.
What's the purpose of all this? And if it is, especially because they bring it up and it is a point of the show, it's not like it's just like they're black and brown and the show's still the same. Like they bring attention to it. Like I'm black, you're brown, or whatever.
Yeah.
So
no. You're right, bro. Well, we'll leave it there with Velma. I know we went a little into this. It was a little racial. But I like talking about shit like that too, man. I ain't gonna lie.
I don't mind that we're talking. I just was just like, like, wow.
Yeah, we were supposed to wrap this up, and then this is supposed to be a short part. I know it becomes a whole discussion.
That's what I'm reading. That's what I'm watching. That's what I'm playing. What about you, bro?
So I've been playing Call of Duty. I'm still getting good. I'm gonna put my gamer tag right here. Just add me, and not the best yet. My brother says I'm trash, but I think he's fucking trash. Just joking. He's pretty good, actually. So I'm just gonna put my gamer tag here. Add me if you want.
For the podcast, so what is your gamer tag? Do you have it or no?
Fuck, I don't have it.
That's fine. That's what
I can add it later. Yeah. I can add it later. Or I can even add it in the description. So if you want to read the description, my gamer tag should be there. I'll just add it there. Perfect. And I'll add Xavier's. Here's Xavier's. Cool. So there you go. Call of Duty, and then I got Hogwarts Legacy.
Oh, okay.
Bomb game.
Yeah.
Bomb. Quick. I'm gonna give myself 10 seconds. Amazing. Graphics are great. Mechanics are great. I didn't know how the whole like wizard fighting thing was gonna play out, but they did it amazingly. Like I thought it was. You kind of want to fight all the time, and then there's a part of me like I want multiplayer. I want to fight. I want to fight other people. Like, but then the part is that there's certain spells, especially the one that's the killer spell, Avacadabra, whatever. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it too right, but that's the spell that supposedly beats every other spell. Yeah. Like you get hit with this, you're done for. So then when I think about multiplayer, it's like how you're supposed to defend yourself against a spell that there is no defending to. Like once you get hit with this spell, you're basically done, over with. So how would that even translate into a multiplayer thing? You know what I mean? Like, so
I'm not the biggest fan of Harry Potter, but that's one of the issues that I have with Harry Potter as a whole is shit like that spell. Like why? Because the spell all it does is make you dead. Like
it's basically automatically kill.
Yeah, but why can't there be like a fire spell? Like
there is,
but like in the movies, they don't really have outside of this like one scene or whatever. But for the most part, it is just like people knocking their wands out of their hands.
Yeah,
there's not a lot of
Disarmio, I think it's called.
Yeah, but there's not a lot of like stuff that they have like in Skyrim or even like in
but people have compared it to Skyrim, like the mechanics, the flying mechanics.
The fighting looks better though than Skyrim. Like,
yeah, the fighting, the flying mechanic, the swimming, even the swimming looks nice. I wish they would add like a deep dive, like I can go underwater kind of swim. You're just kind of swimming on top, but even the swimming mechanic is great. The side quest is great.
Or in episodes, one of the movies they do swimming, like in I think this is the fourth one, Goblet of Fire.
Yeah. That was actually one of my favorite episodes. I meant movie.
So when we were watching them for family movie night, I would call them seasons. So we're like, we're on season 4 of Harry Potter.
Yeah. Well, yeah, think about it. Yeah, you're right. But no, but like I said, like the game is good. The side quest is like entertaining. You would literally, because you want, I feel like you engulf yourself into this game that you feel like you are this character. And as this character, you want to be the fucking best. You want to be the best wizard that's ever Hogwarts has ever fucking seen. Right. You know what I mean? Like I want my name to be known across generations, just like Lord Voldemort and Harry Potter's parents and Dumbledore. Yeah, like I want to be known like that. Like I want my fucking name to be known like that. So yeah, I want to be like, so you're actually constantly feeling like you want to go on these quests because you want to find better gear. And the gear selection is pretty dope. Like the robes and shit. I'm like, bro, I want to show you my character so you can see how fucking dope it looks. Like this shit, I'm like, Bam, I'll post it right here. Boom, you can see my character because I have a picture of it, so I'm gonna just upload it I'm gonna give it to you so you can upload it into the video. Yeah, but like the game, I literally give it 9 out of 5, like 9.5 out of 10. Really? I can't say it's perfect because there are certain things that I don't like. And again, I'm not really trying to go into like a full conversation about this, you know what I'm talking about? But like there is a couple of things I don't like that kind of threw me off, but it's not enough to like make me feel like this game is shitty just because of those couple of things. Like there's so much greatness in this game and so much potential. So I really hope that they make the money or they make the expectations that they're supposed to make with this game to hopefully maybe have a second one come out or maybe some DLCs or something, you know what I mean? Yeah. To continue it, because I feel like the only thing that I notice is that every house, so you have like Slytherin, you have Hufflepuff, you have Gryffindor, and then Ravenclaw, right? You have all 4 of them. Each house that you pick will have like certain scenes that is not on the other houses. Okay. So like I've just learned that Hufflepuff, they go to Azkaban and they get to see the Dementors.
Nice.
But in the other 3 houses, you won't ever go to Azkaban.
Really?
Yeah. So it's only for Hufflepuff. That's the only mission that you can do for Hufflepuff. So then it makes you think like, damn, but like the game is so long, bro. I've been playing it for like almost 20 hours now. And I'm only like 15% done with the game. That's
how you have all this time to play this game.
I've been addicted to it, bro. Like today, like I was driving home and I was like, bro, I kind of want to call Xavier and be like, yo, can we like push the podcast for another day? Cause I just want to sit down and play hours. I tell my girl all the time, like, bro, all I think now is just I just want to sit down and just fucking keep leveling on my person. Like it's addictive, bro. That's beautiful. Because the way I see my character as me, and I want to be the fucking best wizard there's ever been, bro. Yeah. Shit, I want my name to trumpet Warlord or more. Like they'd be like, Warlord, who the fuck is that? Nah, bro. Have you heard of Jacob Smuggs?
Is that your character's name?
Yeah, Jacob Smuggs. That's the forbidden name. We don't even say that shit. That nigga abracadabra everybody. You look at him once, he's like, nigga, abracadabra. Done. But it's like, and there's like so many memes. I don't know if you've seen it, but there's so many TikToks and memes about Howard's game is hilarious, bro.
I've seen the ones of like, where Grand Theft Auto and it's Harry Potter and he's like, shooting people.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, it's a good game. So that one I've been playing, watching Blue Lock. I think I talked about this on the live on IG, but it's really good. I definitely recommend to watch it. If you ever get a chance to watch it, bro, it's very, like I said, it's a sport anime. So I know not a lot of people are into sport animes, but it's really good. So definitely watch that. And then reading. What have I read? I haven't been reading shit, bro. Being honest, I've been waiting for the next kaiju book to come. Order. Yeah, number 6 to drop. But yeah, besides that, that's pretty much it, bro. Howard's. So when you get a chance, bro, hop on it. I feel like you're gonna like it, bro. And I feel like not every. I was telling somebody, I was like, yo, I don't think you have to be a huge Harry Potter fan to enjoy this game. You can just jump into it and you're gonna enjoy it. Just the mechanic, the story itself, and then like the open world, and then you're gonna like it. Yeah,
I mean, I'll definitely check it out. I'm not a Harry Potter fan, but I just have my opinion about it. But we've seen it like in Family Movie Night. We're like halfway through it, so we're gonna finish it. But I just don't like how they just give everything to Harry Potter because he's like the chosen one or whatever. But that has nothing to do with the story or whatever.
No, it's nothing to do with the video game. It's a whole different genre. Yeah, it's a whole different complexity of a character development. So. Yeah, bro. Anything else you want to mention before we wrap this up?
No, that's it. So that's the show.
That's it, folks. You don't have to leave. Or what was it the saying?
You don't have to go home, but you got to get out of here.
Yeah. Something like that. Anyways,
watch one of our other videos. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But this is episode 6, man. It's been a blast. I'm enjoying this journey with you, bro. This has been great. So I'm gonna just finish it off. Yeah, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for listening to us. Thank you. God bless you. It's always been a pleasure, making these podcasts. I know we talk a lot. So I hope you enjoy what we talk about in the context that we say and things like that. If we do say something that makes you feel like weird, I know we kind of dabbled a little bit that's not anime, and we kind of dabbled into a little bit of like, you know, race and culture.
It's a hip hop episode.
Yeah. So like, you know, so we're not trying to offend anybody. You know, this is just our general thoughts. I mean, this is what the podcast is about, right? It's our thoughts. But either way, I hope you really enjoyed this episode. We enjoyed it. Like I said, we're really big into hip hop and anime, and to have both into one world, even better, bro.
Yes.
So always check us out on Instagram. Like you said, just a moment earlier before we started the podcast, we were on IG Live. So something we're going to start doing now, just to kind of say what's up, talk to us. We're always just shit talking, and then you get to see us put the setup together. I mean, it's not like much, you know what I'm talking about? It's, you know, simple shit, but it's what we got. That's what we're working with. And hopefully along the way, we can upgrade a couple of things here and there. So, or you can help donate to us, you know.
Yeah, you can.
You know, we're grateful for anything. You know, we're starting from the bottom. We got to work our way up, right? So, yeah. And then check out our website. You know, I'm talking about thenorm.com. I'm going to spell it out for you. TheNormn.com. So in our website, you can definitely find links to the podcast, link to the YouTube, and then anything we're cooking. So any future projects we might be coming up. We're still working on Twitch. I know we mention it almost in every episode, but we're getting to it. Like we're really trying to like see what we can do to work it out so that we can start playing games online. Like he says he wants to play Diablo 4, right?
Right.
So something that he wants to do. So you never know. Like we're trying to incorporate that. We're trying to engulf into that type of territory of gaming. So that's something we're trying to do. And then our merch, for sure. I'm wearing it right now. I got the hoodie on, the Flaming Mortal hoodie. This one's in all gray. It's a little bit big on me because it's a little bit on the bigger side, but it is what it is. And then I got the dad hat. We do have upcoming different merch coming out for the release of Demon Slayer, so keep an eye out for that. We're pretty excited about that.
And it's gonna be affordable too, like, you know, more.
And that's the thing too. Like we're working on things. Like we're juggling many balls at the same time, but we're trying to focus on like certain things. Like right now, we're trying to focus on the podcast, and then sooner or later, we're gonna focus a little bit more on the clothing side, on the merch, and then we want to make it like more affordable for you guys, because we do understand, like especially right now with the economic and everything being so pricey, like we do understand, like we're not rich per se, so we're not out here like buying $300 hoodies and shit like that. Right. So we do understand, as you guys, the consumers, the watchers, the Norm Army. So I'm just, you know, spitballing here. Right. So like we do understand. So like we want to make things like affordable for you guys, so you guys can, you know, buy it and stuff like that. But always check out our website, you know, support us. That's another way of helping us, you know, get bigger, get more out there. And then we're trying to do our best in our end to like really put the content out there and, you know, make something enjoyable for you guys. And then of course, like I said, we're on IG, we're on Spotify, so you can listen to our podcast on Spotify, Apple, and Amazon. And then YouTube, please follow and subscribe on YouTube. That helps out a lot. It helps out with the algorithm. So that way people can actually, you know, other people can see it too, because if they see people are watching it, they might distribute it to other people that are like you, that might watch it too. Same thing. We're on TikTok. Come hit us up on TikTok. We have great episodes. Or if you just want to get like a little glimpse of like a highlight in our podcast, that's a great way to seeing it. But also watch it, also listen to it. You know, if you're driving in the car, pop it on your radio, vibe to it. And if you're at work, you know what I mean? Everybody has one of those pop sockets, bro. Pop it up, set your phone to the side, and just play a little The Norm, a little hyperbolic podcast, bro. You know?
Right.
While you do your work, while you click away, do that, you know? And again, it helps us. And, you know, we're trying to be as funny as we can. We try to be as relevant as we can. We try to keep you updated. So we appreciate everything you guys do. Like I said, links are always down there for the podcast or for the YouTube. And yeah, so I appreciate it. And like we say at the end of every episode,
tune in next time for scenes from the next episode of the Hyperbolic Podcast, where Lewis and X find out if subbed is the best way to enjoy your favorite anime.
Yep, and we're out. Arigato.
Tabayo.